That's his leg. Those are bones.
Ooh.
Oh, he's like a...
Yeah, he's like a skeleton. And he like absorbs these bodies to reconstitute his
Flesh?
musculature and flesh, I guess.
Oh.
What? Hey everybody, welcome to Backers. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Absolute Batman is here on the show. Ladies and gentlemen. That's right. All 6'9", 420 pounds of him. That's right. He's
What?
69, 420.
No.
Swear to God, it's canon.
No.
He's 69, 420, everybody.
Why does he weigh that much? That is...
All muscle?
Yeah.
That's too much muscle.
That's too big.
That's too big.
Like, I thought he was pretty
something wrong with
big,
him.
but like, don't put a number on it.
Don't put that number.
Well, but
300, I would believe.
yes.
I would
still a
buy
big man.
320.
Yeah.
No, 420. Because,
Maybe that's with the costume on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
No. They strip the costume off when they find out. That's a much later story, but we'll
Is there something augmented about him?
not.
Does he have metal in his skeleton?
Kind of, actually, yes.
Is it nth metal?
No.
This is absolute Batman. They don't have that
No,
shit.
he stitches like weapons into his flesh. That's something they reveal later in the series.
Okay.
But it's true that he does do that.
Well,
which
that
may account for
explains
why
it.
he's so effing heavy.
Oh.
But again, like, no.
Don't do that. Please.
We're off to a bad start.
I know.
He's 6'9" and 420 pounds.
Yeah. Again,
That's
they
like a
reveal it
first
later.
idea.
Yes. You'll see a couple of those laden throughout the series because this is Scott Snyder Unfiltered. Absolute Scott. I will say that this is a bold and epic idea that has been in the hopper for a couple of years. And so now I'm going to share a little bit inside baseball about the formation of Absolute Batman because I may have been on the inside track about the development and execution of this concept and this universe by way of Batman. I knew nothing about Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman, Martian Manhunter, etc. I knew nothing about those characters or any of the ideas, just Batman. Because a couple of San Diego Comic-Cons ago, Benny the Comic Story and I are walking through the sunny streets of San Diego, and we bump into Scott, and we're chatted up, and he can't help himself. And he's like, oh my God, you guys, I got all these ideas, and it's all about this, and Batman's gonna, and he's going off about what Absolute Batman is. He's like, I want to talk to you guys about it, but I gotta make sure there's only like 2 people on planet Earth who know about what I'm planning and what I'm gonna do. So if it gets out, I'll know it was you.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
And I was like, And so he took us aside, hid us behind like a bush outside of a DC party, and laid down the groundwork for what it was going to be. And I remember walking to the bush, and we're talking about...
Was he looking for like ideas? Like what was the...
He was
or
more
feedback?
just like, a little bit of feedback. Like he was pitching this idea, and I vividly recall. So he's talking about like the origin for Batman, Absolute Batman, and how he's like, the concept of Bruce Wayne in an alley with Martha and Thomas, and they left a movie theater, and it was like in the 30s. It's almost the infancy of cinema. So like the birthplace of movies, birth Batman. The Mark Zorro leads Batman on this path. Crime, alley, and the idea of like urban violence was ever present. So Scott is pitching this idea about what scares people. And more specifically, kids, because of course nobody can get away from the idea of like Batman being like, "Bats frighten me, so now my villains can share my dread." Awful line. I hate it. So the concept of like little Bruce Wayne being afraid of like urban violence, it's not really resonating the same way in the 21st century. Because he led up to this. He goes, we're gonna change it up. Like the Waynes are aristocrats. No, my Batman is a grassroots poor Batman. He is broke, no money.
Oh wow!
And I was
That's
like,
very different.
What do Waynes do? He's like, well, Martha is a social worker and Thomas is a teacher, and I want to get into the fear of Batman, and really make it relevant for today. What do children fear? And as he's saying it, I'm like, are you telling me that you are about to launch a Batman book in which his origins are in a school shooting? And he's like,
No?
he goes, what do you think? And I'm like, I think that if you nail it,
Right.
it will be like next level.
Yeah, transcendental.
But it's like a real risk.
It is. I'm like, but you are going to get pushback no matter what from everyone about it. But
Oh no, that's not what it is.
no, but he touched on a concept that is equally fundamental, but much less attention grabbing and headline inducing.
Okay.
Instead, it's more about an outdoor shooting.
Okay.
But
A mass,
senseless-
but it's like a mass shooting.
Exactly.
Okay.
A mass
All right.
shooting. And
It's
so
a little less on the nose.
a little less specific.
Is it still the idea that Bruce brings them there, like it's his fault that they're there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's gotta.
Yeah, it's gotta be
You gotta
that.
get the guilt in there.
It's gotta be guilty.
That's
or
right.
feel guilty.
But he's pitching this concept, and I'm like, and then he gets into it. And so I loved him talking about the design and the concept of Absolute Batman. He's like, so like bats, they're scary, you know, and they walk on their hands. So I want Batman to have like this crazy stuff, like he's got these hooks on his cape, and like he's in the darkness, and there's these villains, and they're like they think they hear something, and then he just scampers out, and I'm like, ah! And he's like, isn't that
do
cool?
that.
And then he uses his hooks and he grabs them and he's like, "Wah!" and he just throws them over there. And I'm like, dude,
You're
you have
creating a monster.
You have a very specific idea about what you want Absolute Batman to be about.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it. Like I need to see it. He's like, oh my
What
god.
if Absolute Batman was just Man-Bat?
Right, it was just scary and monstrous, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, and he's huge. He's got to be like the biggest guy in the world. He's like bigger than Bane, and I'm like, what? Like why?
Wait, what?
Like why?
Wait,
and he's
you
like,
had me with the bat thing.
and he's
I'm a little
pitching me on this
confused.
idea. He's like, there's this great moment where like they're in a gym and there's this dude. He looks just like Bruce Wayne from the comics. He's like he's built and he's hitting the bag. He's talking about like the future and he's talking about the city and he's talking about all this, like he's got to be ready and prepared. And you realize that he's talking about a date he's gonna go on. And then this guy comes up behind him and he's like, it's my turn. And he just knocks the punching bag off the chain. And that's Bruce Wayne.
And he gets kicked out of the gym every day.
Yeah, no, the guy who owns the gym is actually a good friend of his. So it works out. But I'm like, like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm with, like, he had like the whole thing mapped out and was very, very specific about what he wanted to see and what he wanted Absolute Batman to do and be. Breaking the character down into like, what if we were inventing Batman in 2020?
Right. Let's try to shed as much of the history and baggage as we
Yes,
can, while
and
still
just
retaining
the
core
of who he is,
concept.
which is exactly what the Absolute Universe is. It's just take the character, break them down to like a elemental level, and see if they still have the relevance, the power of their character without all the history, without all the trappings of what we understand the character to be.
What would you say the core element of this Batman is?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure him out, honestly, which I think is kind of cool because it's not bad. The thing
Is this like equivalent to like year one-ish time frame wise?
yeah. Oh yeah, this
Like,
book
this
is
his year one.
Batman appears
Okay.
for the first time in this volume. Batman,
So it kind of makes sense that
yeah,
Like,
it has to be kind of like
he doesn't even know himself where he's going with
yeah,
this.
like he's driven and he has the idea and he's got the costume and we actually see like some ideas he has before he gets to be this Batman in this volume, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't even think that would be a thing we even explore, but we do, and it's a fun concept that I'm like, you could have done that in regular Batman too, but I like that you did it here and didn't like just add to like the ever-growing lopsided pile that is Batman's continuity over the last like 100 years.
Yeah.
The highest praise I can give it is that like Scott Snyder feels in this writing, in this book, like he is 22 again. Like this book is for Scott Snyder, The Dark Knight Returns. Like it is a new baptism for Scott. Like I find that like the moment from Dark Knight Returns where he's like leaping out into the light, you finally see like Dark Knight Returns Batman after he's returned, shaved his mustache, and he says, I'm a man of 30, of 20 again. That's Scott in this book through his writing. He is unafraid, he's taking risks and leaps, and he is pushing the boundaries of everything, but he's also still Scott Snyder who has done everything Scott's done. So it's
Right.
amazing. It's not just like, Scott's a new writer. No, all of the mistakes that are inherent in new writers are gone. And all you have left with is this like pure product of new Scott. And that's
Almost
really
like he's
cool.
absolute Scott.
Yeah, like I think that like Scott has reinvented himself with this book.
And unlike New Coke, it might stick.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly the Absolute Universe has legs and
Seems to.
is
Yeah, it has creepy bat legs that he can pull
yeah,
on.
right?
Scrambles
Scare
at you.
Yeah, or he can hang from the ceiling, or he can hook into your body, and I mean, like that's just one element of the many accoutrements that accompany the Absolute
It's like
Batman.
a pretty important one, though.
Oh, well, yeah, well, just to capture that visual, you know, because he's like, Batman needs to look like a bat, like he needs to look like an animal. You know?
Does he?
Yeah, well, like, you know, he's scary looking. Regular
He's got
Batman.
that cowl.
Modern kids
yeah, but-
wouldn't find a guy just dressed in a bat suit scary. He's got to be more bat-like.
Yeah, and it
That's
won't-
scary.
right? And it wouldn't hurt that he's also almost half a ton. So, you know, I love the visual of him like scampering out of the darkness and being like, yeah, that would make me shit my pants.
But when he
out
eats
on
a
you.
banana, it's adorable.
Yeah, you want to see that, and you will. You will see Batman eat a
Is he like scree? Is he like,
There is a moment where he screes. But,
Yay!
but Absolute Batman doesn't do that. Proto Absolute Batman
Oh, okay.
screes. This is no.
He
This
screams, he's just like, that's not right.
No, that's not
This
good.
guy is like, no.
That's not scary. That's,
No.
What is that?
That's ridiculous. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to scamper up into the rooftops. I remember when Scott was talking about Nick Dragata. I have seen Dragata art that I enjoy, but by and large, I have not been the biggest Nick Dragata fan. And when Scott told me that he was like, I'm teaming up with Nick Dragata, he's got these great ideas, he's gonna do, I was like, I don't know about that. And I was wrong. Dragata crushes it, collaborating with Frank Martin on colors. The colors are fantastic. Complementing Dragata's art in a way I never thought possible. And I was very delighted by this entire grouping. It's actually kind of jarring because like when other artists come on board, like Clay Mann drew Absolute Batman, Walta did it, it doesn't feel quite like the same book. Despite the fact that Scott is the only person who's written him.
Yeah, there's something about the feel of the team
Yes,
where it doesn't encapsulate like the rest of it when somebody else comes on.
absolutely. And Martin. You need Martin on colors. I think he just does something exciting with Dragata's pencils. I should also point out, you know, how Scott is basically like Dark Knight Returnings himself. It is inherent throughout this book. There are Dark Knight Returns references all over this place. Scott loves DKR. I completely understand the impulse. I do believe that at least one of the DKR references hurts the book.
Is it the mutants?
No, there are, okay, so there kind of are mutants, but it's not the same thing at all. It's very different, but also you could think like, oh yeah, no, I see what you're doing. I see where you are making that reference. But it's a big moment, and I was like, this, I think, has a similarly powerful moment, and it's more resonating because it's not referencing Dark Knight Returns than the moment that does. Outside of that, it's like, okay, whatever. Because Dark Knight Returns, you know, it's the end.
Yeah,
Batman.
it's not at all what's
It's not the beginning.
happening in this book.
Yeah, and just because Batman's big, just like he is in DKR, doesn't mean that like he's old and grizzled. It doesn't mean the same thing. It doesn't carry the same weight.
Right.
No pun intended. But you know, I get it, and that's also in the lifeblood of like Scott's understanding of Batman. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fault you on it, but I'm just it doesn't have the same meaning for me,
It is a reinvention of Batman.
which is what DKR is.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I
so-
get that, but like don't draw too close a parallel.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we see this kind of like display for the Bat House at the zoo, which is the name of this volume, by the way.
The
where,
zoo?
Yes. Where young Bruce Wayne is checking out what bats are all about. It's like an info plaque. Like, you know, welcome to the Chiroptera habitat. Bats are crazy. As you enter the enclosure, we ask you don't take pictures. Bats can fly. Bats can walk on their hands. Like, it gives you a couple little like fun bat facts about what bats are before you go into the Bat House.
Bats are obsessed with justice.
all the things that he will make essential into his
Repertoire.
Bats are crazy.
Yep.
Bats crawl on their hands.
Bats have sex with cats. And
I think cats would normally eat a
yeah,
bat.
I think cats eat bats, actually. Oh, yeah, well, let's hope so. So, young Bruce Wayne is checking out this plaque about bats, and his father is leading the class that Bruce is in, and he's like, hey, plenty of time for bats later. Let's go. Which I also think is brilliant, because it's like, hey, plenty of time for bats later. We're going to get Batman a little later in this book.
Oh.
And then, just immediately, bats are crazy. Cute little fun infographic, double-page splash of the gun. Just like a friggin'
I think I know
hammer.
what's coming.
Just, this is how we open the book. Just, ugh. And the visual of this gun in this play just nails it. I was like, oh! And you don't need to show it. You don't need to have sound effects or anything. Just, we get it. That gun in a double-page splash tells the whole story.
If it was a movie, it would be like, shoom.
Yes! And then it would just cut to black.
Yeah.
And so then we go to Gotham, and it's the present. So Batman's ready, you know? And we have a narration talking
From
about...
who?
Oh, that's the thing, is you don't know, because you have no footing.
Right.
You just met Bruce Wayne and his father leading a class, and you didn't talk to Scott behind a bush somewhere, so you have no idea what's coming or what this is all about. On one hand, I wish I had never known, but on the other, I'm like, it was fun to be part of it and to keep that secret for so long. But yeah, it still has the same impact. I will say I had the same kind of like, whoa, but I wonder if it would have been harder if
If you had no idea.
Are you going there? Like, basically me saying that to him in person was the same as if I would read it for the first time.
I was gonna say, like, if you had that in cinema,
Yeah.
instead of the shoom, all you hear is like muffled
Screams.
shots.
Oh, okay.
And then inside the bat house, the bats start to fly and scream, and it's mixed with the screams of kids outside.
Right, so you're not sure what you're hearing, screams or bats. Yeah. The omniscient narrator, you're like, someone's talking, someone's returning to Gotham. Like, hello, Gotham, I haven't been here a long time. Let's check you out. Let's see what you're all about. And so it's like, oh, okay, year one, Bruce Wayne comes back from training. He's giving us the kind of spiel about, like, I should have taken the subway. I shouldn't have taken the plane to get here, all that stuff. But instead, it's just more like, I haven't been here in a long time. The city used to be something different. Where's your heart? I can't find it. I see fear and this, like, discontent. And it's different. And you realize that this narration is not coming from Batman. It's coming from Alfred Pennyworth, who is a secret agent who has been dispatched to Gotham by a clandestine organization.
What?
And he is riding a dope futuristic Blade Runner motorcycle.
Oh, that's Alfred writing that.
It is Alfred.
Okay.
Who looks conspicuously like Ra's al Ghul.
What?
It is not Ra's al Ghul. He is not going to be drawing parallels.
Alfred Gould?
Exactly, that's what Al stands for. I remember being like, is Alfred gonna be Ray? And then Ra's al Ghul showed up in another book. That is not really Batman.
Okay,
I was
no,
like,
no.
oh, no,
It just kind of looks like
he
him,
just
okay.
looks weird.
Sometimes people look like other people. Okay.
Exactly. I'm Alfred Pennyworth, and I'm here to do some bad things. And you're like, oh, okay.
Like drink tea.
Yeah, which he does. He buys like the special tea from this like merchant, and then he goes to the safe house, which is next door to the tea merchant. This tea merchant that I buy from, like, whenever I'm in Gotham, I buy tea from him. He's the only one who has the kind of tea I like. He's from Kuwait. If he knew what I did there, he probably wouldn't treat me the same way. Anyway, and he goes into a safe house, and his safe house is just like a room full of weapons and a bed. This is his utilitarian life. His only indulgence is tea. But there is a photo of him with what I can only assume is his daughter.
He's very British.
He's hopelessly British.
Yeah.
He makes a phone call. Julia, which of course, if you know your history, Julia Pennyworth is his daughter, and she's like, leave a message. And he's like, hey, I'm in Gotham for a little while. I don't know if you want to meet up, but I'm here on business, but I'm happy to talk to you. This is your father, by the way. They're estranged. She clearly sent his phone to voicemail. Then he's like, all right, hops on the phone. And he's like, all right, hops on the computer and talks to his like agent, his like dispatcher. And he's like, all right, what's going on? What's the assignment? And they're like, so in the last 3 months, there's been this group called the Party Animals who have been just wrecking this place. And we think we know who runs it and what they're all about, but we need to gather information. You're not to engage them. You're not to stop them for what they do. You're just here to gather data.
Yeah, it's recon.
Yeah. There is another player. If you see or interact with them, take him down. That is not a problem for us.
But not the party animals. Not the people who are causing a problem.
Not the problem, but this unknown rogue element to this cauldron in Gotham City. They seem to be just regular people wearing what looks like ape skulls. This is because before they were the party animals, they were called something else. I won't get into it any further.
Oh.
Party animals is better, and I like it.
Were they purple? Were they the grape apes?
What?
No. So,
What? Why would they be that? Are the Grape
it's
Apes a
Hanna-Barbera.
thing?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're owned by Warner Brothers.
I did not remember Grape
Grape Ape.
Ape.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess I can picture him like so many Hanna-Barbera characters.
Oh, yeah, he
but
looks
not-
like all of them.
Yeah.
Have I replicated all of them? Let me guess, does he wear some kind of a necktie or bandana of some kind so that his head can move independently of his body and save them hundreds of dollars on animation? Like all of them do?
That's what that is. I never realized that. So the body, they don't have to redraw the body. They
don't have to move the
They just
body.
change the
head's
position of the head.
Yep, we have two positions for the head. It's actually just the same position. We just inverted it. Do we just save money on that one too? So Alfred gets the marching orders. Don't engage what is obviously Batman.
Yeah, it's definitely Batman,
So he
yeah.
runs out and he checks on his bike and it's gone. The tea merchant was like, you want to leave that bike out there? And he's like, it's fine.
He even chained it.
He did.
The rogue element he just found out about has already struck.
Yeah, actually, Batman did steal his bike.
Oh.
What a dick.
And Alfred's just like, I hate this effing town. So then we see the sequence that Scott was so excited to bring us. We're in Croc's gym, and there's what looks like Batman.
You assume is going to be
right?
Batman, yeah.
Tonight, this is your city. No fear, no weaknesses. And then Bruce Wayne shows up. I think it's my turn. He's like, oh, Bruce, hey, I was just warming up for you. Here you go. And he's like, love's in the air. Now move. Good. And as he's punching the bag, he's remembering the day at the zoo. And the sequence actually is cute because it's like the kids all just exploring the zoo and observing animals. And there's like a lion at the zoo. And, the lion is associated with being kind of like, the king of the jungle, this like really primal force of power. Mm-hmm. And Thomas is explaining, the lion to them. And he's like, what kind of feelings do you get when you see this guy? And he's eating like a big steak. And Bruce is like, that guy's got the life. And Tom's like, explain yourself. Explain yourself.
Excuse me.
He's behind bars. What do you mean?
Well, and Bruce is like, he gets to hang out and sleep like 20 hours a day and get fed prime rib 3 times a day. Like, that's the life. And he's like, yes, a life of like a prisoner who gets to live in the lap of luxury. That's not exactly a life. He never affects anything. He never makes any change in his life. He's just taken care of.
Like real Bruce Wayne. They're talking about
Yeah, they're
how
talking about
crappy
young
regular
Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
is.
like tuxedo in the alley Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So
He's
then
taken care of. You know what would be better is if he lost all his money.
yeah. So Thomas is like, all right, well, let's move on. And then he hears the shot. And he's like, oh my God. So he rushes the kids into the bat house. Because it has a door on it.
Right.
And then we cut back to the punching bag, and Bruce, like, obviously tormented by these memories, just like knocks the bag off the chain. And Croc's like, really, man? That's what you're gonna do? You gonna do me like that? I'm gonna charge you for the bag and the sand. He's like, I think the sand comes with the bag. And he's like, no, I'm charging you for cleaning up the sand. Croc has a couple of like animals on
has
him, like
an
a
actual
crocodile and
crocodile,
like
yeah.
a big
He has a crocodile.
yeah, and like a big snake
thing,
on him.
yeah.
And the idea is that Croc is opening up. He just got his exotic pets license. And he's gonna open up like
Like an exotic pet.
an exotic pet store.
Like,
Is he no longer allowed to be a boxer because he's a killer croc?
So he was a boxer. His nickname was Killer Croc. No, he did not like murder anyone in the ring, but
But he is going to become Killer Croc.
yeah. Is he going to turn into a giant crocodile man? I mean, yeah. But for right now, he's Waylon Jones, also known as Croc, or Way, as Bruce calls him. And
Does he spell it like W-H-E-Y? Like the protein
like the
powder?
protein that he drinks? No, he spells it Way, like W-A-Y.
Oh.
But Croc and Bruce are friends, and they grew up together.
Oh no. It's going to be tragic.
I mean, it would
we'll
be.
find out.
Well, you're reading this book and you're like, oh, Bruce Wayne's his best friends with Killer Croc. I'm sure that will end great. Similarly, he talks about the crew. They're friends. Ozzy and Edward.
Oh my God.
And Harvey and Selena.
No.
And they're all friends, and they grew up together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you see the photo on the wall of the
all
crew.
of them.
Yep.
Oh my God. What?
I loved the concept of Bruce being best friends, childhood friends, with his rogues gallery. Or, the most recognizable ones.
Right.
Right.
Right? Like, at least Victor isn't here. I like the cold. He does show up. Absolute Mr.
He's always
Freeze.
got a winter hat on.
Yeah, he's like
every day.
right, like Jesus Christ, it's 90 degrees, Vic. No, we do
I have a
need Victor.
sensitive scalp.
Yeah, we know. I have alopecia. Absolute Mr. Freeze is absolutely messed up and terrifying, and he is not in any way related to Bruce's backstory.
Okay.
He's just a completely new idea, and whoa. So, Bruce wrecks the bag, he apologizes, and he leaves, and he's like, dude, you want to play poker with the gang? Like, are you going to come out with us? And he's like, I can't. He's like,
I can't. I gotta fence this bike.
he's not going to fence it. So, then we go to a yacht on the open ocean, and it's bumping. And literally the onomatopoeia is...
Yep.
Oh my God! I have never seen as an onomatopoeia. Well done, well executed. And we see that, like, okay, so this is the headquarters of the party animals, run up by, I won't bury the lead here, Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask, is the head of the party animals, and he runs the organization from this yacht, which is in the kind of like international waters.
Okay.
And the inner circle of the party animals, or the Sionises, they look like effing tentacle aliens.
Yeah. What the?
They're wearing these like big bubble helmets that obscure their identity. Sionis himself wears like what looks like a ape jaw skull combined with a big like Spaceballs helmet.
I was gonna say it looks like fly eyes, like the two giant globes.
They're like
Flyhead.
they're like fighter pilot like visors.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are there to obscure their identities,
Okay.
and
Even
not all of them look like this.
Even this kid in
Even
a
the kid.
duck has one.
Yes, that's right. The kid is too. The kid is also integrally involved in the family business, so to speak.
And what? But only one of them has tentacles.
No, the kid has tentacles too. You just can't see them behind his.
Are they meant to be like an octopus, or are they aliens?
They're not aliens. They're human beings. At least that's what I've been assured as. Because I was like, oh, so like they're mutants.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they're just wearing
No.
that stuff.
Oh, they just like to look like that.
Right. And I'm like,
Oh.
what? Like they look like Twi'leks.
Yeah, they do.
I'm like, yeah, that really obscures our identity, doesn't it? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
I
It's just very specific.
yes, but you know what's also funny? It's like, this is so Dark Knight Returns because in 86,
Yeah.
you open that book and you see those mutants and
Yeah,
you're
you're
like,
like, what?
are they aliens? Are they people? Like, at least someone, however, says that he filed his teeth down into
Yes.
fangs.
Like,
But like,
that doesn't fully
that
explain
doesn't
it.
explain the whole rest of the shit. And it's like, neither does this. And I'm like, all right.
All right, fair enough.
And I love how like uncomfortable this book is. Not just
Yeah.
the shootings and whatnot, but also just like we're on this yacht. They are entertaining the Falcones and the Maronis, classic mobsters from the Batman mythos. And they are having a meeting with Sionis, who's running the party animals. The party animals, of course, have been dogging Gotham for at least the last 3 months, and things are bad. They're bleak. And so Sionis is meeting with these guys, and they're on their yacht. The music is deafening, and it is not the kind of music that you think the Maronis or the Falcones are going to listen to.
Right.
And it's 3 a.m. They have like a spread of food, and like, eat something. Like, it's 3 in the goddamn morning. And I'm like a 55-year-old Italian man. I am not here for this.
Right. I'm not eating this like pig with an apple in its mouth.
Yeah, I'm not eating a suckling pig. I gotta go to work
This
in the
is
morning.
insane.
Just saying, I invited you over here. I prepared all this wonderful feast.
Right, yeah, but I feel like it's a power move. I think you want me to not eat it, you weirdo.
I mean, I'd eat it, but I'm wearing this mask.
Yeah, exactly. Although he does, like, it's like the Donatello mask. Like, you can see his mouth inside.
Oh, okay.
So, the Falcones and Maronis are, like, meeting up with Sionis. They're talking about, like, the business. And they're basically, what the long and the short of it is, they're like, you're done. I know that you have, like, connections to European and... I know you have connections, like, across the world, and you think you're untouchable, and you have a foothold in Gotham, but, like, we've been doing this for, like, 150 years, okay? Like, there's a history here, which, of course, is Scott being like, there's a history here.
Right.
And then Sionis is like, okay, well, that's how you feel. And then his, like, lady, I don't know anything more about the Sionises besides what you are given on the page. But his lady's like, why don't you show them the masks? And they're like, we would rather not. We're just done here. We're going to go. And he's like, no. So they, like, behind them are these death masks. And so he starts giving what Scott is known for, a history lesson about these death masks. He's like, this is Socrates' death mask. And these death masks, of course, are like, they're made after the person dies, and sometimes they're made of like, beeswax, other times they're made of like some kind of a different resin. And he's gotten them over the years, and he's like, this is George Washington's death mask, and it's like, this guy must have insane means to hone George Washington or Socrates' death masks.
Right.
And he's going down the line, he's like, and this, Mr. Maroney, is your brother. and so forth. And they're like, and then the kid stabs Falcone's eyes out with knives.
Oh shit!
Oh my God.
And the other one gets wiped out as well. And as they're being like choked out or stabbed to death, Sionis and his wife are like toasting champagne. And he's like, oh, when they were complaining about the music, he's like, turn it down. And then while they're being killed, he's like, turn it back up. Turn it to 11. While this is happening.
So they're insane.
Yeah, they're nuts. But
Yeah.
they're also like, so.
But they're very powerful.
It's not enough that they're nuts, okay? They're rich.
Right. They're hyper rich.
They're hyper rich,
They're part
and
of
so
some
they
kind
are
of
completely
Illuminati.
It's not like a hedonistic kind of cult. This is like
No, he says they're connected to a sick Illuminati.
They are,
A
yes.
global sick, but they do their own thing within that.
This is the crazy that rich makes them,
Okay.
as opposed to the very specific kind of crazy that that ungodly riches make anyone. You
Right.
get to watch how crazy someone might be driven by insane wealth.
Right.
But we watch this happen, and as Batman dons his cowl, the sun is going down. Batman, Bruce is becoming Batman for the first time, or for us the first time. We've seen him like flying over the city from surveillance dug up by Alfred's clandestine organization, but this is the first time we're seeing Batman in action, and really it's like the first time that Batman's debuting, where people are going to see this guy.
Yeah, because it's not like they're talking about him too much.
No, it's true, but they are talking about like how bad things are getting and how Mayor Gordon isn't really doing much about it.
Mayor Gordon.
That's right. Jim Gordon used to work for the GCPD and then ascended to the mayorship.
Huh.
Mayor Hill, who's just a classic animated series character, but also like retconned into the comics and whatnot. But it's just, he's a mayor you know or recognize that you can use, but like former Mayor Hill had been the previous regime and allowed Gotham to kind of get to crap. Gordon comes in, but then the party animals came and kind of like ruined his legacy. And Mayor Hill, former disgraced, under indictment mayor, is running again.
Okay.
And Gordon is becoming unpopular because of what's going on with the
Wasn't able
party
to
animals.
stop the party animals,
Clearly,
yeah.
Hill is in cahoots with the party animals.
Sure.
Party animals want to destabilize Gotham to undermine Gordon and to install a puppet that they can then manipulate. Like, there's a lot
Sure.
of undercurrents and concepts that you're like, oh, this sounds kind of familiar. So this is the Gotham we're dealing with. But it's also a deeply corrupt one, even though Jim Gordon is mayor.
Right.
And it's
okay.
like, but he's ineffectual.
Right. There's only so
Commissioner-
much you could do
Exactly.
to a system that's completely co-opted by corrupt criminal elements.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bullock is commissioner, by the way. And the two of them served in the Marines together.
Okay.
So that's where we are with this. Like, Gordon is holding a town hall. He's having a conversation about, like, what we're going to do. Here's the steps we're going to take. And people are like, boo! My life is worse now than it was, like, 2 years ago. What are you going to do about it? Like, I own this store, and it's been in business for, 50 years. I walked to my job every day. I counted the steps that I took from the time I opened the store to the last time that I set foot in the store. And I used to walk there every day, and now I don't. What's changed? You being mayor, asshole.
No
You're
more
like,
dead cops.
Thank you.
things are worse than ever.
Do you want to take that line again?
Nope, keep rolling. Gordon's like, we're gonna get more cops in the streets, and they're like, you mean the police from the police station that literally was set on fire a couple of hours ago? Those police, the ones who can't do anything? And
Well,
Bullock's
yeah,
like,
they're going to be on the streets because they can't be in the police
they're,
house.
they're literally like, he's like,
was on fire.
The cops are literally on fire right now, running around, going like, ah. Bullock's like, oh, I'm gonna beat this guy with my club. And they're like, please don't. We really don't need that on the internet. Meanwhile, Martha Wayne
Is still alive?
is still alive and working directly with Gordon.
Oh.
She's a social worker,
Okay.
but she's also working and helping Gordon with his campaign.
Why does she look like she's 32?
Because that's how Dragata draws women. She looks nice, I get that, like, Gordon looks like he's pushing 60, and she looks like she's not quite 35.
Well, maybe she was like 18
When Thomas and she got together, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, and Bruce is like 16 or 17 or something.
maybe. Bruce right now, mm-mm.
No.
But regardless, they're trying to hold their, debate.
Their town hall.
Yeah. So they're trying to hold their meeting, and then it is interrupted by the party animals. And they're just like, hey, we're going to kill everyone in here. So they fire at Jim, and Jim takes some damage, but he's okay. His daughter, Barbara, is like, Dad, no! And you're like, oh, that's Barbara, okay. And I guess Jim had a previous marriage, not unlike, Prime Jim. Okay, sure.
Okay.
So the party animals try to instill fear, talking about who they're going to kill and what they're going to do. And then those little bat hooks go into the party animals and pull them through the door. Just hook. And they, and so the door starts closing over. And Barbara, she's a cop, so she goes up. She's like, all right. And Batman pops up upside down. He goes, no matter what you hear, do not open the door.
Oh, this is after Bullock says there's dozens of them out there, a whole army.
Yeah, there's an entire army of party animals ready to besiege this place.
Wow.
And so we see that Alfred is also cased in the place because he's been tracking the party animals. So he's trying to gather data on them, figure out who's in charge behind it, all that. And his plan is in his ear, what have you got? Have you engaged? Da 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 da. Don't do anything to change it. And he's like, the other element is on the scene, oh, take him down. And he's like, no.
Right. Why would I do that?
I want to see what this is.
There's some agency or something who just wants to be in charge. I think they just don't like that there's another person who's getting involved in stuff. They're like, well, he's dangerous.
You'll get more information about Alfred's organization. At the very least, you know that Alfred believes that he's on the side of the angels. He does bad things, but for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And so the concept is that he's hoping that they're going to gather data on the party animals, find out who's in charge of it, so they can bring him to justice.
Right.
Alfred talks about how he got pulled off an assignment that he'd been there for 5 nebulous amounts of time. Years, months, whatever. Let's say months because that would be less ridiculous. But of course, because it's more ridiculous, it would have to be 5 years. So, but Alfred's pulled off that assignment to do this.
Right.
And I think it's that Alfred thinks that he works for an organization that at the very least tries to bring justice. But what he will eventually discover
Mission Impossible style organization.
Exactly. Like the last line of defense. Team, Omega Sanction Group.
Right. So, something that is not real.
That's not real.
It's international.
Yeah. But I think we're going to find out, and this is just a theory, and it has nothing to do with anything that Scott told me, I promise you. Anything that you hear on this show that isn't me giving full disclosure is not privileged information. But I think that he's going to find out, oh, my entire organization's compromised. I work for the big man on top who's actually running the party animals and everything else.
Probably at some point that storyline will happen in this universe.
Yeah, we have to.
Which is why it's report on the party animals.
Yeah.
And stop them.
So
but,
to
Alfred
me,
thinks
take out Batman.
To me, the report on the party animals is a legit thing because in the intelligence world, you don't just because someone's doing something wrong that's a crime, even if they're going to kill someone, you don't necessarily stop
get
them
involved,
because it's no, I need to go up the chain. If
Yeah.
you kill them or stop them,
It
then
stops
you're
there.
blown.
Exactly.
Then we don't get any information. So
Yeah.
I don't care about those people they're going to kill. We're bigger than that.
Yeah.
We're going higher. You have to maintain
Right.
the mission.
Right,
and
why are
you're-
they attacking Gotham? I'm not trying to save Gotham. I'm trying to stop the
and
party
Batman's
animal
messing
company.
it up. We need to let them do their thing so you can find out more about them. If he interrupts it, then that's going to interrupt your mission.
Since he's an interruption, get him off the table.
Yeah. Yeah, he's screwing up everything.
Yeah.
We're trying to follow them and gather data.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of real.
Yeah, and he explains it to Batman later because Pennyworth and Batman are going to meet. And,
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen in the universe. I love the visual of Batman being upside down, drapes himself in his cape. They shoot at it. It deflects the bullets.
And he looks like a real bat.
Yeah, and he's got the hooks and everything.
the
And
hooks.
it's he's big and imposing
it's
and scary.
creepy. I don't like it.
And then just unleashes himself on the party animals. And then what follows is just a complete and utter slaughterhouse of panel work where Dragotta depicts the sequences that Scott described to me in detail over a year prior.
Right.
Where he's he's gonna grab him by his neck and he's gonna be like, whoa, throw him over there. And I'm like, he did the thing.
And then this guy gets thrown through a window over here.
Yeah.
And this guy hits a light post.
Right. And he's gonna throw himself up on his thing. He's gonna kick him with both legs. And I'm like, yeah.
Then Batman's gonna scamper after him on his arms.
I have yet to see that. I am disappointed we have not yet seen him scamper out of the darkness at somebody, but I have to assume it's coming.
Yeah.
After 12 issues, it's let's go.
Right.
But Alfred's just I'm still gathering data. I'm not gonna.
I was like,
not gonna engage.
what the hell is this?
Yeah, he's like, oh, what? So Batman has taken down these dudes, and he's now between the army of party animals and the courthouse.
Is he walking on arm stilts
Yes.
here?
Yes. he extends out his cape. His cape isn't like a cape. It's an extension of his arms.
Okay.
And so like he can extend them out and he can like use them as stilts.
That's insane. Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoy the fact that the party animals are in, I would say, elegant or formal attire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They are wearing like jacket, tie, or dress.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're going to a party.
Yeah.
You know, they want to look swag. And like some dudes are coming at him, and so he reaches up for his ears, and he pops them out because they're knives, and then just throws them into his assailants.
Sure. They're like batarangs, but
They're batarangs, but
they're
also
ears.
knives, and they are just going into people. And like he pops out the the bracers, but like there's more, and they're sharper, and just wrecking people. And Alfred's commenting on it. And he's like, I could see everything that you're doing and everything that you are, and all where it's all coming from. I see that you know the human body. You're going for like big spectacle, lots of blood, but you're not hitting any artery, which means that you are trying not to kill anybody, which means you're some kind of an idiot idealist, which is someone I really don't want to deal with right now.
Oh, you're gonna be easy to take down.
That's also another thing where he's like, yeah, you give yourself away. And I can see like your, fighting styles, and they're a mix of all these other different fighting styles, but at the end of the day, you are a brawler. You are just interested in punching. And then a huge party animal comes out, and he's like, I'm gonna get you, man. He takes out this cleaver, and he's like, this hand has killed more people than you've ever met, and I'm gonna mess you up. And Batman just takes out this kind of like handle, and then pops it into his logo, this big ass bat on his chest, and pops it out because it's actually an axe blade.
That's like attached to his costume.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And I remember vividly when Absolute Batman was teased, when they actually leaked the ash can on the internet. People saw that bat.
Yeah.
And they were like, that bat sucks. It looks stupid.
that logo
It's
looks
too
dumb.
fat. I hate it.
Yep.
And then he turned it into an axe. And everybody shut up.
They're like, oh, that's
Something that
pretty
I knew was coming.
cool. Yeah.
He's like, and then he's got this big fucking bat, right? And he turns it into an axe. And he's like, ah, and he chops this guy's hand off. And he's like, ah. And he does. And the guy's like, ah. And Batman's like, there's a hospital about 3 miles south from here. You could probably get. I hear they attach those things, or is it east? I can't remember. Now, as for the rest of you, and then he like rears up and goes, get the fuck out of my way! And they're like, ah! And they run in another direction.
Why does spikes pop all out of him?
Oh, because he can pop spikes out of his back.
Like bats do.
Well, I gotta take some creative liberties here. I'm trying to win a war here. So the other guys are running the other direction, and Alfred's like, that's kind of cute and funny, but I mean, like, I would have come up with like a contingency for the stragglers, and then he hits a button, and like all these explosives where the party animals are fleeing to go off and take them down. He's like, huh. I kind of like this
So they're
Batman.
dead?
No. They're just like,
No, they're just stunned.
They're stunned. So Alfred pops in, cuts through the smoke, breaks out his shotgun, and he's like, hey, it's over now. And tries to explain, like, this is my shotgun. It's awesome. It's got all these different attachments and all this, like, lethal rounds, and it's just gonna blow. I will make you, like, just a complete red vapor. This, if you don't stand down. And it is a almost one-to-one recreation of the sequence in the warehouse where Batman first returns in Dark Knight Returns, and there's a guy who gets the drop on him seemingly, and Batman kicks him in the pelvis and shatters his body. That does not happen here, although Batman does kick him.
He does kick him.
But he kicks him, and he takes the gun, and he says, sounds dangerous, and then takes it with him. And then we see that, like, Bruce is... And then we see what Bruce does during the day, and he works as like a civil engineer. He's working on this big high-rise project, and Alfred's like,
cool.
I figured out who you were immediately, and I've just been tailing you, and I know that you do this, and you were. Here's your history, Batman, which I'm not talking to. I'm writing it all down.
Do you know how many 6'2" people are in Sorry, 6'9" people?
Yeah. So when I met you, I was like, oh, so you're Bruce Wayne, because no one else has your physique. You are not just a bruiser in a bat costume. Like I know because I had my intelligence agents to like pull your file. Like I know that you were tested as a child and you have like a genius level intellect. I know that like you won like a science fair project in civil engineering where you developed this like bridge project that was in the shape of a bat, and winning that fair got you first prize and your class a trip to the zoo. So, like, you winning that award killed your father.
Oh, and it was coincidentally for bats, a bat thing, and they end up in the bat house.
Yeah, it's a lot of bats. Like, we really hammer home the bat
That's a lot
thing,
of bat stuff.
But, like, you know what? In the Batman origin from the 30s to now, it's like, yeah, I fell in a bat cave. Or, rather, I saw a bat fly through my father's study.
Right.
And so I'm going to be a bat. And that's, like, where it begins and ends. And then, I guess I have a cave, too, which bats coincidentally live in.
I mean, I guess if I had won a contest for making a bridge that looks like a bat, and then on the trip that we got as part of that, if there was a shooting and coincidentally my dad had us hide in the bat house, I might kind of think that bats mean something,
right.
and maybe
there's
like important.
Maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's even more bats.
Because it could have been anything at the zoo.
And then at one point, a giant bat takes a bullet for Bruce.
Exactly.
A bat flies in front of a bullet, and
now, maybe while Bruce is in that room, all the commotion makes the bats break out of their enclosure, and then they all just pile on Bruce. And so he's just trapped under a pile of live bats. And so when all the kids flee out of there and the police go to find Bruce, they can't actually locate him because all they see is a writhing pile of bats until they hear him scream.
And there's like, ugh, gross.
Like, Jesus H. Christ, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. I can't even imagine what it must be like to be in there. And so it's like, yeah, no, I was in a cocoon of bats. When I emerged, I became a bat. Like, yes, that happens in the book, and Jesus. But also, it's...
We had to give him like so many shots.
Oh my God, yeah, no, he got
bit so much.
He got all the rabies. Which also may account for his behavior.
That doesn't really happen, does it?
He is, he's cocooned in bats. It's just a beautiful image that I was like, whoa. And horrifying.
Yeah.
So, we go back. Every issue opens with more of what happened at the zoo.
Okay.
And so we see that, like, the shooter is just opening fire on random people. And so Thomas, like, lures the kids. So Thomas directs the kids into the bat house. And Bruce is like, wait, Dad, you got to come in too. And he's like, get to the back. And he can't fit. Like, there's too many people. And he just pushes it. And he stands between the door and the shooter. And then he's gone. After that, Bruce tried to put his life together but didn't. And as he got older, he fell in with crime, and then he eventually got his life together, and then went to college, and then he got into football, and he was really good, and then he got a serious injury that caused him to have to leave the game. And Alfred's like, I've seen enough combat to know when someone has like this kind of an injury and gets out of combat, and that's exactly what I suspect you did. And then you like learned everything, and you learned like all this stuff, physics and biology and criminology and psychology and blah blah blah. And he's just like, you learned everything you could. You got all this like knowledge, and then you came home and you got a job in like the electrical department. You got a job in the plumbing department. Like you worked every single element from like the lowest depths to the highest peak of Gotham City to learn every single element of your city that you plan on rescuing because you're insane.
What about his mother? He has a mother.
I know.
She's alive.
Yes.
They must have grown up together.
Yes, they did. No, he idolized his mother. He loves his mom. And then he bailed on her to become this. Now, he didn't bail on her wholesale. He would check in once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hiding.
No, he works there, and then he checks in with his mom. He's like, you have a very tight social life. You go to work, you visit the zoo, and you go to your mom's house. These are the three things you do, like, at all.
He visits the zoo, huh?
Well, yeah. That's pays respects. When they inevitably catch the shooter, young Jim Gordon is there, and he explains to Bruce, like, they're gonna destroy the zoo. And you won't have to look at it ever again. Like, we're gonna make sure this place. And he's like, please don't. Like, I want it to be here. I want to be able to like remember and see this place. So
plus the city would be like, we're gonna let you destroy this zoo.
Now all the animals going.
People stopped going, and the zoo eventually fell into disrepair.
So it's like an abandoned zoo.
It's an abandoned zoo now.
Oh, well, that's different.
So Bruce goes to his mom's house because this is the reveal. Like, it's just it's something where I wanted there to be a stronger reveal. Like, we don't see his mom at any point until now, because he says, but you do, like everyone, have a weakness. And then we see him meet up with his mom. And his mom's like waiting for him on the front steps, and she's just like, hey, there he is. What took you so long? He's like, I went to the zoo. Forgiven. I get it. Okay, fair enough. But we also see him engage. Like, Alfred's there, and he's got his gun. He's like, I gotta take out this guy. And then he goes to his mother, and she brings him inside, and he gets the text from his daughter And she's like, do not ever contact me. And you could see this kind of like, well, I've lost my relationship with my kid. I kind of feel bad for these people.
Yeah.
Well, I've also mentioned with my kids, so you don't get to have one with your mom.
That's right.
Blam.
Blam, blam. So then we see that like the buildings that Bruce is working on, he also roosts in as Batman. Like he has like a very skeletal setup. Like there's monitors and stuff. I'm like, you gotta pay for that somehow. I don't know. He steals them or something. But he has these. He has like a setup. And Alfred shows up and he's like, yeah. Again, it's not hard to find you, man. If you are very bad at this. And I like the motif, though. You know, you're roosting in the top part of the area. You know, places you're not
above
naturally
the cloud line. This is insane.
I know, it's beautiful.
They tower above this. But isn't this? I mean, it's going to get finished at some point.
Oh yeah, and then he's gonna find another place to go.
see.
Like there's
all
always new
temporary.
buildings to build.
Right.
So then Batman busts out the shotgun that he stole from Alfred. Now it's like, and suddenly now when I've caught you with your pants down, all your ideals go out the window. You're not gonna kill the party animals, but you'll shoot me. And then he shoots Alfred in the face.
Oh my God.
And Alfred's like, ah! And he goes, oh my God. And what you see is his running commentary where he's like, he changed the shotgun and dialed it back and replaced the buckshot with little bats.
Oh my God.
Little bats.
And he's just got like 7 bats in his face. And then I hear the roar of my own goddamn bike. Batman's like, "Rrrr." And he tosses the shotgun at him, and he's like,
You're on top of a building.
yeah,
Where
he's
are
like,
you going?
I'm going out. And so he just takes it, he goes, psh, and just flies over the tops of the clouds.
Oh my God.
And I love it, he goes,
Okay,
he
you
goes,
killed yourself.
Well, he goes, okay, where are you gonna land? And then it cuts back to the bat infographic. He goes, bats are crazy. And I'm like, yeah, aim for the bushes, Batman. But yeah, so Batman's just like, boom, and he's like, you know what? I think, actually, I kind of like Gotham. It's gotten more interesting. I may have spoken too soon.
I can't believe he's got bats in his face.
Yeah. Alfred mentions earlier where he's like, I needed to like get the target I was actually going after overseas, and you pulled me off of it to go look at party animals shit. Like, this is stupid. When we had like bigger fish to fry and a lot of like work to do, what became of my target? And like, oh, he's in the wind, by the way. And then we see who that target was, and we go to like these 2 helicopter pilots who are like waiting for their like person to ferry away, and they're talking about like, so his name is Sir. We don't call him anything else. He's like, yeah, he's got a lot of names, like, you know, Jack and Arthur, and it's all fake. They're like, he's one of like the 30 richest men on the planet, so he gets to be called whatever he wants. And the guy makes some like off-color joke, and he's like, don't do that, don't joke, don't make jokes. And he's like, why? He's like, the guy never smiles. That's why they call him the Joker. And we see that, like, okay, so the Joker is the opposite of Batman. Batman, poor kid, no means. Joker, all the means, all the riches. He's unstoppable.
Don't say he never smiles. He say he never laughs.
He never laughs. You're right. No, I'm sure he smiles once in a while.
Does he have a painted smile on his face?
Nope. No, he looks like a guy. He's actually beautiful, according to the book. Like, they describe him as, like, attractive. He's not in this image right here, nor is he at
really
the end
see
of
him
this
that well.
book, but like later you'll see him and it's like he's just a very attractive, well-built man. And it's like, okay.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with this, but okay. So yeah, look at the visual of like Bruce. He can't even open the door because his father's dead body is pressing against it. So then Bruce realizes that he's not alone. You know, obviously there's other kids, but like then the bats escape, and the image of just the double page splash, like the bats just grappling onto Bruce. And that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Alfred's like, oh, so you start ramping up. You know, anytime the party animals do anything, you go a little further, and everywhere they go, you're there. And like we see this big fight in the aquarium, and like how
Okay,
Bruce
but
just
how
wrecks
did you
these-
land the bike?
Don't worry about that. It was awesome. Wasn't it a cool visual? So, you know, we're in the aquarium, and Batman's using those hooks. So remember those hooks? Aren't they cool?
Yeah.
And so, you know, but like the party animals get more vicious. Like he's got like knives embedded in his body. The party animals like back him up against this huge aquarium tank. And Alfred's like, even when like it's over, you find another way. And like those back spikes, they pop out. All the water just shoots out of the aquarium. And they're like, okay, great. And then he scurries up onto the ceiling and he throws this kind of like vinegar-based bomb that Bruce has concocted that turns salt water into acid. And so it melts all the party animals' feet. And they all just like desperately blast their way out through the doors. Like, my feet are gone, my toes are off. And the police are like, yeah, get in the car. And he's like, And Alfred's like, I've been tracking you, and I can't find your next roost, but I always know where you're going to be until I finally, like, draw it out. And let's just say you're committed to the bit. His travels are his effing logo.
Oh my god. Okay.
He goes, there's another place that you also
the shittiest looking bat I've ever seen.
Yeah, why is it so square looking?
Because it turns into an axe. Isn't that cool now? This is actually kind of not too dissimilar from like All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, where, you know, Frank Miller was like, I got something cool. Batman says, I'm the goddamn Batman.
Yeah.
And then the internet laughed at that for the longest time until the next issue because it was so heavily delayed. And so every issue, he refers to himself as the goddamn Batman, as in like, yeah, no, I get the joke, right? The goddamn Batman. It's like, no, we're laughing at you.
No, because it was bad writing.
No, we're all going to laugh at you. And
these are all the times he's found his spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all his different roosts.
That's 25 just on the left wing.
Yeah.
He goes all the time.
That means there's like over 100.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Batman
he moves every night.
Yeah, he's
it's
always
been
moving.
a year.
And he's got like, he's got safe houses all over the place, like many bats do. So
what?
Yeah, bats don't have just like one location. You know, bats that live in suburbia and stuff. You know, like they live in attics, but they also like move.
Is that true?
Yeah. The other place that Alfred notices that Batman goes, he goes to Blackgate and he visits Joe Chill, the murderer of his father.
Oh.
He's like, I don't get audio from that. I can't even imagine what you people are talking about.
Interesting.
So I get a call from my superior and they've asked me to remove your protections. Because Alfred takes it upon himself. He's like, Batman is helping me because every time that he pushes the party animals, they go harder. They spend more. They do more. There's more people, more arrested. I'm getting a lot of great data, and it's all kind of like condensed until eventually his superior's like, that's enough. Just take down Batman. Remove all your protections. Once he does, the party animals find his roost, the same place as before. And so they just go up there. And they immediately attack Batman. Batman then sets off the explosives in the building. You need to learn, like I did, about like how you can't just keep going forward. You got to retreat and regroup, R&R. But then I see that that is not your style, is it? You are always advancing forward. You are Batman AF. And that's punctuated on the building that Batman exploded, which
like
is in the
Batman.
shape of his effing silhouette.
That is Batman AF.
Right. Batman always forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are Batman.
No, advance forward.
Advance forward. Yeah. Well, it could be always forward, but, it's advance forward. But
it's
he's just
advance
like, yeah, you are Batman AF. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
I guess. That's the tone we're going for.
That's what this book's about.
Yep.
Okay.
So Gordon's in the hospital. He's visited by Bullock and his daughter, and Martha shows up because she's friends with Gordon, or maybe more so. We never get to see them actually like kissing or anything, but I think that there's something going on. Not that there always was. It's just that, like, you know.
Oh, does Bullock have the shaved head?
Yeah, Bullock's the guy. Yeah, he's commissioner.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a different guy earlier with like a cap on, and it had a very Bullock silhouette.
Yeah.
He had a cap on earlier. He's very Bullock.
Oh.
Yeah, it's at the thing.
Yeah. I thought that guy was grosser looking, but.
Well, yeah, that's because
it
that was
looked
the
like
first
chubby.
issue. There was some time that they figured it out. Yeah, they altered his design a little bit.
I see.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, that's Bullock.
Yeah. That's the same guy?
Yeah, we just tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah, it is the same guy. It's they made him way less harsh.
Yeah. Well, you know, I didn't know we were going to do anything with him.
Yeah. The nose, it's where
Yes,
the
the
nose.
nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He looks younger too.
Yeah, he looks much younger.
Yeah.
Well, issue 2.
Issue 2.
Issue two, yeah.
We're just shaking off some of the, we tried some stuff. Well, it's like, you know what the first issue is? It's like a pilot, you know? Like we're gonna recast some people. You know,
Yeah,
when we
everything's gonna stick.
When we go to series, we're gonna change some stuff up. Martha, obviously, she has a close relationship with the Gordons, and she's trying to get a temperature read on like how Jim is, and it's not great, but he's not gonna die.
Yeah. Okay.
And we see, just this the camaraderie. We see like how Martha is kind of a tough chick.
Okay.
She lights up a cigarette, she shares it with Jim, and then just a little bit, and then tosses it out the window. So, we see a flashback of like Martha when Bruce was young, when Bruce gets home from the zoo, and he has like his first prize.
The science
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, your friends are here. They want to like talk to you. And he's like, tell them to go away. And
Especially Oswald.
so
He's gonna quack at me, kind of weird.
exactly. And she's like, they're right outside, and I love like they're just kids. They're just hanging out playing. And he's like, no, I don't want to see them. And he takes his medal and he throws it out the window. And then we see Bruce go to the poker game with his pal. And they're like, oh my God, look who it is. And we get to see, what the personality types of everybody are. And Harvey he works at the DA's office. He's much more straight-laced, but he's also kind of an asshole about it. And, he's like, I could bust all of you guys because Oswald is operating on some, less than legal activities. He procures things in import-export. And Nigma is doing all kinds of crypto shit and he's very tech-savvy. And, we don't ask what he does for a living because I don't want to hear him explain it. And also, clearly it's also ill-gotten.
Yeah.
And Waylon's there, and it's just this is the crew. And so they mentioned that they still have a seat for Selena, but she doesn't come around anymore. We don't see her after what happened. And
after what happened?
Well, we indicate that Bruce and Selena were banging.
Right.
They had a plan. They had a future. There was a period where Bruce had maybe abandoned this whole plan and was just going to live with Selena and just be happy. But it didn't work out for either of them.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, she's not just going to be Selena Kyle, who wears adorable hoodies with cat ears on them. So they're playing the game. We see their personalities. Obviously, Harvey gets 2 pair. A lot of 2s when it comes to Harvey, as you can imagine. But it's really hammer home in here, and I'm like, I know it's going to be.
I got it.
It's going to be another 10 issues until Harvey actually does get scarred. But
Yeah.
He will.
Don't worry, it's
Don't worry.
coming.
And so Bruce is asked to ante, and he puts one of the party animals' ape skulls on the pile. And they're like, we don't really have a chip for the ape skulls.
Yeah, we don't really barter.
Right. And he's like,
not
yeah,
how this
no.
works.
And then they start noticing that there's circuitry involved. There's some kind of actual mechanic. It's not just a weird, creepy mask they wear. There's something else going on. It's broken because it was excavated from a building explosion. But maybe Eddie, you could fit. And he's like, oh, yeah, you don't tell me twice. I got it. Yep. I'm not Harvey or anything. But, he's just
Anyway, you still have to ante.
Right. He's like, I'm taking this. So, Bruce tries to get their read because they're all kind of parts of Gotham. They all represent different avenues of what Gotham's all about. And
Right.
It's what's the story with these party animals? What do you think about what they're doing?
What's the scuttlebutt?
The party animals don't deal. They don't make deals with anybody. Anybody who tries to meet with and deal with them, they get killed. These are not people you want to mess with. These party animals.
So how do they have power and wealth if they won't work with anybody?
They came from the place with the power.
Right. And what is their goal?
It seems to be just chaos. That's what they kind of realize is there's they don't want anything. They just F everything up. They're just causing and sowing dissent.
I mean, they're wearing helmets.
Yeah.
Mind control?
Oh, no. No, that'd be great if it was Jervis Tetch involved in this and it was actually mind no. It's not mind control.
Are they League of Shadows? Okay. Are they there to just destroy Gotham through chaos?
They actually talk about the League of Shadows and how
really?
this Joker character worked with the League of Shadows and then killed them.
What?
All of them. Found out who they were, got what he needed from them, and now they don't exist anymore.
So they also know about the Joker.
Well, no. This is something we found out later.
Oh, later. Okay.
It's what Alfred knows about this
guy. Okay.
I love this conversation though because we wrap up the poker scene. Harvey's like, okay, so I got a 2 pair. I'm obviously the winner. And Bruce's like, I got 3 aces, unless the Joker counts. And they're like, oh, the Jokers are never welcome here. And I'm like, ha 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 ha. I'm like, that's fair. You know what? Let's build up to it. Okay. I'm really appreciative. But they're also like, yeah, I think Hill is involved. I think Hill is connected with Roman. And so Batman breaks into Hill's campaign headquarters, and I love him taking his capelet thing and when he drapes it on his body, he does a totally different look.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
So after he breaks in, he checks out his computer and finds a file on something called ARC-M.
Okay. ARK?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Arkham.
Yeah.
So Bruce finds out about ARC-M, or at the very least, his interest is piqued. What is Hill and the party animals have to do with this thing? And Sionis appears on the screen. He's like, hey, I knew you were coming. I called the whole police department. They're all here waiting for you. Here's the deal. I don't make deals, people, but
You're really good at what you do.
you're
and
good
I
at what you
appreciate
do.
that.
Yeah, so I'm going to pay you off, and then I'll maybe like pull up sticks and leave. Like you get paid off, and I don't have to worry, about you anymore. We're almost done, more or less, with what I'm doing anyway. And so, out of respect, all you got to do is survive this encounter, and you'll get it. So Batman leaves. He tries to. He can't go out the window because the cops are all there, even though clearly he can.
Batman year one's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yes. Yeah, but he also Batman AFs this. So he drops down this shaft and arrives on the ground floor within, the bowels of this high rise. And Alfred's there. And he's like, hear me out. And Batman's like, no.
I don't.
He goes, look, you're a good detective, but you're still not good at this. You don't understand how this all works and like how to be an adult about these kinds of things. So like, let me explain something to you. And he goes, you got 30 seconds. And he's like, all right, thank you. But first we have to get out of here. And he's like, I got a car hidden out back, unless you have one. And he's like, you're standing in it. And he just drops down, pushes the throttle, and the whole like bottom half of the building blasts out. And he's built like the bottom floor of the building into a Batmobile.
That's one of those heavy movers.
Yeah.
Like the giant dump trucks that have wheels that are like twice as tall as a person.
Uh-huh.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
The bottom floor of Hill's campaign headquarters building
Yeah, is also
happens to also be
he built it into it.
a giant. He's like, no, I got like 30 of these. Like,
Yeah,
there was
they're
a
all over the
50-50 chance any building that I go into is going to have one of these.
Or he's like, good thing that his headquarters is there, or he moved.
Yeah, or I wouldn't have done it this way. I would have had some other plan if it hadn't been this building.
Yeah.
But it was this building, so it's dump truck.
But boom! So then there he goes.
Those things are insanely expensive. Those don't just get misplaced.
No.
No, he built it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he built it with his engineering degree.
Or he had it built. Or
Yeah, no, it's like, and this is a Batman without means, you see.
Yeah, how would it?
Exactly. But look at it, like
was a
that's the dump
multi-billion
truck.
dollar-
That's
Yeah.
the top
Yeah.
part of it that has it.
Yeah,
with
it's
the giant
just-
wheels.
well,
It's
it would
got
be
the
unrealistic
ladder
if he
that
built
goes
it
up
from
to the
scratch.
cab.
Clearly he
built it out of-
modified
he modified all these
an
different
existing vehicle.
Well, like each one comes from a different job he had that he procured that built into
yeah,
this
he's got
machine.
hookups through his company.
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
get those.
Hey, did you notice that of the 5 trucks we had, one of them's missing a wheel?
Yeah, actually, I did notice that, and I got a call
strange.
from like 3 other districts that are each missing a different wheel of that exact same truck.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
That's weird.
It's weird.
Anyway,
It's the size
let's
of a
write it off.
building. I don't know how they could misplace a wheel that large. But
Anyway, so Batman tears ass through the city. Also, we get a little flashback to
that's
Selina.
very much like the tank, the Bat tank.
Exactly, we're getting little like homages to the Bat Tank from Dark Knight Returns, or from the big fight in Batman Begins. So Selina recovers like the metal that he threw out the window.
This is
She's
in the
like,
past.
Yeah, in
Past
the past. We
Selina,
get a little flashback.
Yeah.
Doesn't work tonally for me. I was like, I love this moment. I don't need it. This is the last moment. Is this car blasting through this building?
Yeah.
And then Selina's like, "You're coming with me. Let's go." And you're like, "Oh, that's nice. Okay, what are we doing?" Also, we're meeting Absolute Selina for the first time. So then we see the two of them like scamper across rooftops, and she's like, "You gotta have vision like a cat. You gotta run across these clotheslines. Blah blah blah." Like these two little cute like star-crossed lovers, or what would be lovers of children right now. But like they're running across the rooftops. They're like, "Yeah, well," and he's like, "Selina, get me back." And she's like, "I thought you didn't want it. You threw it out the window." And then he almost falls, and she catches him, and she lures him to a movie theater. We also see a nice double-page splash from the zoo. The lion watching Gordon bring Bruce out of the bat house. Actually, within the flashback from the zoo, when Thomas was still alive, he's explaining to Bruce that like after the zoo, he and Martha are going to the movies. And they're going to go because they're going to
We're gonna go watch The Mask of Zorro.
Yes, they're going to go. Well, they're going to see the movie that they met for the first time.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah. Like so, Destiny was like, if it doesn't happen at the zoo, it'll happen after the movies.
Right. They get someone dies.
Joe Chill is either going to go to the alley or the zoo.
How
If he's unsuccessful at the zoo, he'll go to the movies.
modern is this?
What do you mean?
Like how modern? Like what time
Oh
frame?
yeah.
are we
Like what
looking
year
at?
is this
yeah,
set?
like well,
It's like, are they going to see like? Oh, remember when The Mask of Zorro came out like 30
Antonio
years
Banderas!
ago?
Is it Tony Banderas? Yeah.
it doesn't matter. They're not going to say. No, it's black and white. It's like Errol Flynn. They
Okay.
want it to be, it's an old movie. Yeah, when Thomas and Martha saw it, like it was already ironic. They were like, "Oh, an old movie." Alfred like pops out the window and like sees this, what we're doing. He's like, "Oh my god!" Like he's on like the
This is
banister.
insane.
This is insane. He's like, "I have spent like 30 years practicing stealth. I have 20 passports. I pride myself on being no one, and now 40 years of life in the shadows, and I'm on this banister blasting through Gotham City in a bat-shaped tank. What are you doing, Bruce? You can't just go through the city." And he's like, "You better talk fast then." You got 30 seconds. And he's like, okay. So then he explains.
Also, we're only going about 5 miles an hour. These things are not that fast.
Yeah.
But they are unstoppable.
Exactly. So,
I'm sure Batman's made some modifications.
oh,
for this
yeah,
one.
no doubt. The party animals give chase. They're chasing after them, too. You know, he's like pancaking cop cars, but also like taking out like party animals on bikes. Alfred's just shooting at him. And, you know, so he's like, okay, so, you know, he explains the Black Mass thing and how like he's the leader of a paramilitary secret organization that does like, you know, they destabilize governments.
They're a ruthless terrorist organization.
Determined to rule the world. Well, like what Sionis does is he destabilizes governments, and now he's set his sights on Gotham. I don't know why he's doing that. It seems like all he wants to do is just mess this place up. Why does he want to do that? That's really baffling. It's
Right,
just
right.
I understand like country governments, but why like a
Why,
local
like a city?
exactly like why, and it because it's Batman, and because he's clearly being directed by someone else. He's like, we need to ditch this thing and get into a vehicle that goes fast now. And he goes, I'll pretend you didn't say that. And he pushes the button, and like the top part just slams closed, and it suddenly is just like going a lot, and like the wheels change, the axles alter, hydraulics are engaged, and now suddenly it's going like 3 times as fast, just hauling ass through here.
Oh yeah, now it's lower.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like,
go gadget, fast dump truck
exactly.
vehicle mode.
He's like, wait, listen, like Bruce, you need to understand, like I can help you. And he's like, then prove it. Close the hatch and get to work. So he pops into like the gunning area and he's just blowing party animals away. Black Mass problem is he has endless resources and you don't. And he's like, I'll just build bigger then. Don't worry about it. You got 10 seconds left. And he's like, dude, I heard the deal that he offered you. It's a compromise. He's ready to compromise. That's a good sign. That means he's desperate. Like you pushed him hard enough. And he's like, what are you trying to say? And he's like, I'm saying meet with him. Take his money, be a better Batman. Like this thing you built with nothing, imagine what else you could do with however much resources he's offering you. Like take his money, and then my organization will track the money transfers and what he's up to, and we'll get him. And he's like, but he'll get away. And he's like, no, he'll get away for now.
For now, yeah.
But then later, my organization will catch him, and everybody wins. You get to be a bigger Batman. He goes away from Gotham. You save hundreds of lives from the random acts of violence by Sionis, and you know he will be taken down by me and my organization.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
The Batmobile, for all intents and purposes, like stops at the river. And all the cops are like, that's enough. You're at the water. You better stop. And he's like, you and whoever else is in there. And he's like, oh shit. And he's like, he goes, we make a decent team, kid. Like, what do you say? And he goes, pull the lever in front of you. He's like, okay. Pew!
Yep.
Alfred gets ejected out of it and into the river. And Batman just drives right into the river.
Yep.
Seals all the hatches and just drives along the bottom.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Selena and Bruce talk about how Selena's been kicked out of yet another foster home, and Bruce offers, like, she's like, my mom loves you. Why don't you just move in with me? She's like, we need to talk. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want that. No, stop. So then they go to the movie theater. He's like, I don't want to be here. They break in. They got the movie playing. She's like, we're going to watch this movie that your dad wanted you to see. And he's like, I don't want to be here. And then he's like, what do you think you're doing? I don't want this. So then we cut to Nigma, and he's built this, like, Metallo Brainiac looking AI. It's neither of those characters.
Okay, good.
It's just what he calls Al, but it's like a play on AI or whatever. He's riffing. He's like, but I'm thinking like Puzzler or something. I want to, I don't have like a Zoltar with a convenient Riddler costume on that character box in my office, but this will have to suffice for now because as has been established on this show, like the most heavy influence on the Riddler in the last century has been Jim Carrey from Batman Forever.
Yeah. I'm thinking the Tinker, because it's kind of like Thinker, but I'm also really good with like tinkering with
making things. Yeah, exactly. But eventually he's gonna name it the Riddler.
Yeah, naturally.
Of course, because he is that.
Yeah.
But he's like, talk to the robot, and he's like, I'm here to talk to you about what you figured out. And he's like, no, like this is me. Like this thing is me, basically.
That's a good sign.
It's not gonna go well. So he's like, okay, fine. Hey Al, how do the party animals' ape skulls work? And apparently the mask has 3 functions. It obfuscates the wearer's identity. It creates a wallet for the wearer connected to a cryptocurrency called Black Coin.
Yeah.
And as you know, it provides objectives and targets for the wearer with different valuations. Like arson is worth however much money, but like murder is worth a different amount of money. And if you commit those crimes, you get paid through Black Coin into your account. That's how the party animals.
It's like a.
It's a video game.
It's a like a. It's like a
It's
game.
a gamified monetization
Mayhem.
system of mayhem.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, oh, you just put this helmet on and now you're mercenary.
Yes.
It's like.
And depending on what you do is how
get-
much you get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the crimes are not like real things that mercenaries would do, where there's like a purpose.
Right. Yeah. Normally there would be.
The
but, like, no,
violence
this
is
just-
the purpose.
Exactly. And we're clearly from like a black hole of money. Like you could just whatever.
Right.
We get thousands of
It's
members.
it's like a dystopian sci-fi concept.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very Black Mirror.
right. Which I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't like that idea, but I like that idea in the story.
No, I like that idea.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah,
Put
that's
on a
cool.
helmet.
Make me a party animal, huh?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But but this whole thing has to like run on servers, and these servers have to be huge, and there has to be like they have to be able to be reached from blah blah blah. The point is, the servers are on the boat. The party animal boat, yeah, that's where the servers are. Don't worry about that, and don't worry about how they work.
so loud.
But
So
then-
drown out the fans.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's just constant.
It's just cacophony. It's like I'd rather
Oh,
just hear
Jesus.
D-devils, brain melting decibels.
Did they know about the boat?
They do not know about the boat.
Okay. All right. So
We
they're
saw the
trying
boat.
to figure
Well,
out.
I'm establishing, when
I see.
it's the boat.
We know it's the boat because we've seen the boat.
I'm telling you, it's
but
the boat.
they okay.
Yeah.
We just saw it was the boat.
Like
but we
there's
didn't
somewhere
see-
there's these servers. Where are these servers?
Where could they be, and how could he not be caught? It's like
Right.
they're on a moving
Yeah.
server island.
Okay.
So Bruce asks Harvey to delve into the Arc M fund. What's that all about? What is it? And basically, the fund comes from JK Holdings. LOL, JK! As in, Joker. Like, that's Joker's funding all this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea is that, like, Arc M is whatever numerical designation M is for the amount of black site prisons that are being built. Arc A, Arc B, through M. And he's like, these aren't just like prisons. Like, they're black sites that also seem to have, like, their hands in genome tech and like
Do they exist or they're building
they
them?
are. Arc M is the newest one that's being built now off the coast of Gotham, and they have been built mostly for the government though.
Right.
What do people think they do?
No one knows anything. There's no story. It's just
Oh.
they're called that, and it's a prison. It's a private prison. Oh, okay. No questions.
So
asked.
does the government send people to this prison, or it's a prison that's secret to everybody?
It's a little bit of both. Arc M is that, but like the arcs are presumably there are cover stories for all of them.
okay.
And whatever you need it to be, it can be.
Yeah.
It's like Iron Man's The Works.
Nice Forceworks reference. The gift that keeps on giving on that episode. But yes, it's whatever you need it to be. But
Yeah.
Oh, that's
whatever
in the
they-
works.
it's
It's
where
where
you-
that's Arkham.
Yeah,
It's where you
oh,
can
it's
do
arc.
like illegal shit. You
Yeah.
can do experiments that you can't do.
You can like turn Waylon Jones into a crocodile.
For example,
If you want,
yeah.
you know.
I mean,
If
if that's
you were going to do such a weird
you were
thing,
gonna
I
do
don't
that's
know
your
why.
jam.
I don't know why anyone
Anyone
would
would
think that
expect
right
that.
away, or if
Yeah.
you wanted to like, let's say, like arrest Batman and never see him again, like you
Sure.
put him in Arkham. Cyanus' boat is at the harbor. Commissioner Bullock is meeting with former Mayor Hill. He just wanted to meet with him and talk with him and introduce him to Cyanus. Cyanus obviously is like wearing his insane mask. He's fighting with heavyweight champion Bibbo Babowski, Superman character.
Ah.
And this Cyanus just breaks his legs and arms. He's just like he's clearly like he's powerful, even though he's thinner and like more wiry, but also he knows his way around. Like he can actually be an effective fighter and combatant. It's not just like when Batman shows up, he doesn't just pee his pants and just, like leave.
Sure.
He could fight Batman, which is what we're here to see. But also that this guy is like he's scary and formidable.
is the bad guy is Cyanus.
Yeah.
But
Who
Black Mask is also a thing.
Black
Who-
Mask is Roman Cyanus' identity.
Oh, okay. Cyanus is his name.
Yes.
And
I'm sorry, yes. Roman Cyanus is Black Mask's alter ego.
That's what threw me off. I kept thinking Roman was somebody else.
No.
Roman Cyanus.
Sorry, this is
he's
the
Roman Cyanus,
AKA Black
AKA
Mask.
Black Mask.
Who
Okay.
runs the party animals.
who runs the party animals. And Cyanus
Yes.
is a real name. Okay, I thought there had to be a Black Mask plus Cyanus, and I was like, who works for who
Right,
in
but
this
where's Cyanus
arrangement?
fit into all this? That's him right there.
Well, I mean,
don't know,
that's
it's Black
sort
Mask.
of like what he's doing.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So basically what happens is Cyanus like physically intimidates Bullock by showing how like badass and scary he is.
Sure.
But also indicates that like, Gordon's time is over. work for Mayor Hill. Like, endorse Hill, leave Gordon. He's going down anyway. So Bullock does. Meanwhile, Bruce is investigating the building of the Arc M site.
Is he dead?
That's a question that Bullock asks as well. He's like, he's going to be okay, right? And he's like, oh yeah, no, he's just resting. Don't worry about him. No, he's just knocked out. And that's why there's like blood in his eyes.
Yikes.
Okay.
Cut back to the flashback of of Bruce and Selena at the movies. She lures him in by talking about like the lion at the zoo and the joke he made and how like this is your chance to mean something. Like you have talent and you can actually like be effective if you just like applied yourself. This is like what will eventually inspire Bruce to like follow with the Batman plan. Although I don't think Selena's thinking that ridiculous.
Yeah, probably not.
I see what you're saying about the art.
Yeah,
it's different.
It is different, isn't it?
Yeah, like the faces are a little stranger. Like Bruce actually looks like Bruce here before he looked like somebody else.
Yeah, it's just how loose the style is. It's very loose.
Yeah.
Before Bruce can leave, his friends descend on him. No, you're not going anywhere. Popcorn attack! And they just like throw. And there's like there's too many of them, and they're all just so bright and happy that they keep him from leaving. They're like, no, you're not prime Bruce Wayne. You're not going to go somewhere in the Philippines and brood.
Right.
And
Be
learn
alone.
under some guru and ignore and abandon everyone that loves you because you think you don't have any. Well, Alfred's just in Wayne Manor going, woo. Like, no, you have friends. We love you.
But your friends are going to become supervillains later.
That's certainly something that I was
It's
hoping.
going to be dark and messed up in a different way.
Yes, it'll be deeply disappointing. But it's just so beautiful that like these kids are just like they all like crowd him, like they keep him there.
Like dogpile him.
And then you see that in the back of the theater is Martha. Like she arranged this whole thing. I don't think she arranged Selena to put Bruce in danger by running across rooftops, but
right.
I think she was like, "We'll meet you at the theater." She's like, "Okay, I'll facilitate the situation."
Yeah.
And like she's like, "I don't care how you got here because if I knew, I'd probably have a coronary." Like most
I'm sorry, you what?
Like most parents would if they found out half the shit that their kids do when they're not available at the time. Bruce is in Martha's apartment in the present. She's like, Bruce, what are you doing? He's like, hey, Mom, just went in the neighborhood. And I just figured eat soup at 8:30 in the morning? What the hell is the matter with you?
You don't have any cereal.
And he's like, so he's like, listen, Mom, like, things are kind of going bad right now. Maybe you should just like leave. Like maybe it's just lie low. I can't do that. The deputy mayor of Jim's campaign has quit, so I'm the deputy mayor now. And he's like, oh, that is... Oh
no.
Don't do that.
Oh,
I don't want you to die too. Please don't do that. And she's like, I believe in what Jim's doing. And he's like... He goes, what if it's too big? And she goes, then you try anyway. That's what your father would have done. He's like, and look where it got him. She's like, I'm not going to hit you now. I'm going to give you a kiss and then leave.
Yeah.
So she kisses him and she goes, clean up when you're done, and leaves. And he's like, hey, yeah. Pennyworth's surveilling Julia's daughter, and he's just like looking at her, like just interacting with kids. And he's like, this is the thing that like tethers into Bruce. It's like, I don't have a kid, maybe Bruce, like, he clearly loves his parents. I'm missing that. We cut
I would
to, like,
really like that. And like, if you were to happen to date somebody,
right? I
might know a teacher someplace.
Yeah, I might know a dude. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Bruce, if you were, looking for me to inherit a son, like Ra's al Ghul would want to, apparently. Oh no.
But then it's just like
my hair.
It's just like, oh, so you're having a nice date. Tell me about her. What's she like? What are her interests?
Well, she's a teacher, and she's your daughter. I'm effing Batman. I know what I mean fixed up. I banged her rotten, yeah.
I don't think he would want Batman to his daughter.
No,
at
he
least
would
not
not
right now.
You're a crazy person.
It would be a way into her life.
That's true. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be sneaky.
I'm helping him out.
Especially
we're friends.
Yeah, especially with the don't ever contact me again.
Oh,
yeah.
It's rough. It gets worse. So,
don't worry, it gets worse.
So Hill is addressing the city on like a news report. He's talking about how he's got Commissioner Bullock on his side now. Gordon failed. Tomorrow's the anniversary of that horrible shooting at the zoo. Normally,
the one that was like over 10 years ago.
Oh, they always do it. Like every year, they have
they
turn on a memorial light.
Okay.
He's like, I think this year we're not gonna do that.
What? Why?
It would be a mockery to have it light up the streets running red with blood that is all on Gordon's hands. And it's just, I love it. I love it because Hill is just this smiley, fake piece of shit who is clearly bought and paid for it.
He's proposing that they don't do it anymore? Like, what?
Yeah, he proposes it. And they listen to him because he's very popular. He's clearly going to win.
But he's not anything.
No.
He's just running for mayor.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any authority.
No.
I don't
Puts the
understand.
idea out, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's not.
Yeah, let's just turn it off. Let's leave it off.
Hey, whatever that guy says, let's just listen blindly to him. Even how doesn't matter how much of an asshole or how stupid he is.
So Bruce
He said it with
sees,
confidence, though.
no, right? And I believe in him because he said it with confidence. I don't care if it's like clearly provably wrong. I like the cut of his jib. I gotta have a beer with that guy. So Bruce communicates with Sionis via the ape Scully stole. He like hotwires it, and calls Sionis, and he's like, okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to give you $200 million. Think of all the good you could do with $200 million. I'm going to pick up sticks. We're going to leave. We're done with Gotham. We're just going to get out and then think about what you could do in Gotham with $200 million, man. All right, so meet with me. We'll hook you up. What do you say? And Bruce is like, and you can see like this, the decision is like just weighing on him, and he's just like, I'll take the deal. Alfred's in my ear being like, you're going to be a better Batman.
Yeah, take the deal.
Sionis is like, come on, don't be a friggin' idiot. Like,
Yeah.
it's great. So then we take a hard, let's do a whole issue about flashbacks, drawn by Gabriel Hernandez Walta.
Oh, this is the different art.
Yeah, this is Walta's art,
Okay.
where we see
Jesus.
some ideas that Bruce tries out. Like, we see Bruce at the hearing for Joe Chill.
Yeah.
And they're like, we understand that, Joe Chill has a statement to make, but Bruce, you would like to make a statement as well, which is highly irregular, but we're going to let it happen because you're a poor kid and we feel bad for you. And,
Okay.
so then we cut to like a gang, and they're shaking down these business owners on the top of a building, and like one of the business owners is like, I'm not gonna pay a gang. And they're like, we're not a gang, we're like a club, see? And he pushes her off the edge.
Oh, my God.
And then,
Would a gang do that?
right, come on. And then she just goes, "Yeah," like lands back up there. Like, what the hell? And then we see Batman behind them.
Oh.
The idea for Batman that Bruce has first. And he is thinner, smaller, and has fangs and red eyes. And he goes, "Rah!" and leaps out of the shadows.
What?
And they're like, what the hell? And then he grabs a guy and he bites him. He's like, "Arr." And the teeth are like, messed with.
He's got,
they
like,
have like
fangs.
He's got fangs, and also like that knocks that guy. He's like, "Wah!" He like foams
he's
the mouth,
got
drops.
chemicals.
He's like, he like cuts him, and then he takes a couple of bullets to the cape, and he's just like, scratches the guy up. He's taking the bat thing pretty literally.
Yeah, like really literally.
And then he pulls out a gun, and the cops show up, and they're like, stop! And he throws the gun away, and he flies away, or ropes away. Meanwhile, that's punctuated by Bruce working on the science project. Building a bridge for like overseas communities.
Okay.
How are we gonna build this? And Bruce is he's hell bent on this bad idea. But first we're gonna build it like this. And the whole thing is we see 3 different iterations of the bridge. One part, it's built for strength. It's tough. It's built.
It's rigid.
It's rigid and tough and strong, and it'll face against any opposition. And Tom's like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. If you want to go with that idea, well, whatever. It's just like it's very unsupportive, and I'm like, I understand that it's because Thomas is pushing Bruce to like think bigger, think more like intelligently, be more versatile, but it just seems very unsupportive. But it's not. It's meant to be like, oh, look at Thomas like teaching Bruce. He's a teacher after all. And so he's like, okay, well, good job. Yeah, good job.
He objects to the intimidation factor.
Right,
It's
it's
like,
like,
is that really a good strategy?
And he's like, yeah, it's big and intimidating. It's like, of course, it's punctuating the intimidating version of Batman. that we came up with.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's like, okay. He's like, oh, I get it. It needs to be bigger and stronger. So he like lifts weights even harder and gets bigger and even more like epic. And he throws the fangs away. He's like, this is stupid. And he's just like, okay. And then we go back to like, earlier in his life, we see him like he builds. You see the Batmobile give chase. There's this whole subplot about like
point out this Batman looks like the very, very first.
It looks like
original
1939 Batman. Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to look.
Yeah, and then like the next version
It's more like Year One Batman or Dark Knight Returns Batman. I love it because the whole thing is there's like a company and it's like bringing it's using its shipping to bring illicit materials into Gotham, and Batman's gonna stop it. So we see that like the Batmobile go into a tunnel to chase after these like this like shipping container, and it's like, oh, that's the Batmobile, and then you realize that it's like a toy RC car. And it's like, and it has like a souped up version of those like those like sticks that like are like this, and when you turn them on, and when you twist, they like go pum, and they
Yeah.
get bigger and they're really strong. He's got like something like that in it. So he's just standing in front of the truck. The truck's like, there's a dude in front of us. And they're like, well, hit him. And he has like, he's driving the little RC car, and then he's like, he pushes a button, and it like activates a thing like that. It just launches the car or truck off its axle and just boom.
Nice.
Yeah, they're running guns into the city. And so then he shows up and he beats their ass, and he's like, okay, that was better.
Okay.
He's like, I need to be bigger and tougher and stronger. And, bigger.
More.
No, bigger. So he's like, okay. He's like, all right, Dad, phase 2 of my bridge idea. And he's like, what's that? He's like, bats are adaptable. So the bridge has to adapt. And it can do this, that, and the other thing. And he's like,
Are they though?
can they? Because they can't see in the daytime, and, you know, they're not really that adaptable.
I just kind of feel like, they don't?
No, they do. For the purpose of the story, they do.
All right.
And he's like, hey, these are adjustable. They can change. Da, da, da. And he's like, do you think it's good enough to win? And he's like, I mean, if that's what you're going for, it's good enough, sure. Thomas tells him a story. He's like, did you know that like when I was growing up, I always thought I was going to be a doctor? And he tells a story about how like, you know, I was at this place, like this fair with my like uncle or my grandpa or whatever, and he had a massive coronary. Like just died before he hit the ground. And so I always thought I wanted to be a heart surgeon. And then, you know, I met Martha, and I was actually about to apply to medical school, and a little U-shaped person showed up, and I had to put my dreams on hold. I'm like, and he's like, so this is a guilt trip? And he's like, no, it's about adapting. Like, I learned that, like, because I wanted to give back, and I wanted to, you know, add to the world, and I realized that I could do that through teaching, and so I became a teacher instead, and da-da-da. And it's like, you are not very supportive and helpful, Tom.
It really sounds like you're just giving up on your dreams.
Yeah, it sounded like, well, and then, you know, I don't like the feel of condoms, and so I ended up with you. And so instead of making like millions upon millions of dollars, I make like, you know, 37 grand a year.
There's an interesting thing that happens here in this conversation.
Yes.
Where he says, they're talking about the bridge, and Bruce asks if it's good enough to win. He says, well, what matters is that you feel it's the best you could do, that it shows what's special about a bat at its core.
At its core.
And Bruce says,
Well,
I mean,
I don't know what that
I
means.
think so. How do you know what anything is at its core,
Which is a
though?
question that you literally asked at the beginning of the show. Where is the core of Absolute Batman?
Is that meta?
Bats!
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's bats!
Interesting.
Right? He's like, yeah. Like, and then, well, and as if to answer that question in a metatextual way, Tom is like, did you know that in the original universe, I was a heart surgeon? Yeah. Like, just because I was this one thing doesn't mean that I can't be something else.
But here I'm not. I went a totally different direction. And here I am. I'm still here.
And I'm still here, and you're still going to be Batman, and I'm still going to die.
So, okay. So that was not part of the core
Right?
of me.
Clearly
we
that
just
was
found
not.
out that doctor,
Yeah,
not a core
doctor's saying
trait
not important.
of being your dad.
Yeah, right. Not that important.
Even
as long
though
as
I-
I'm selfless.
Even though I wanted to
Right.
be a doctor.
Oh, yeah, no, I did. And I was going to be.
I
would've been
did. I
great at
did.
it.
And I would have been awesome.
Excuse me, your father has to go into the basement and drink. Bruce's statement that he gives to Joe Chill is just like, I hate you, and I'm going to hate you forever, you piece of shit. You killed my dad. I thought it was going to be the greatest day of my life, and then it was, because I'll never have a better one, you piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe this was a mistake, letting a child address the entire court and address his father's murder. But
What was the event? I mean, is this the sentencing? Because they might do that at sentencing.
yeah, it was a sentencing.
I think what the judge is saying is unusual here is that Bruce wants to go out of order.
Yes. He's like, I don't want to hear, well, because he's like, the Bruce's point is like, I'm not going to hear what you have to say. I want you to hear what I have to say, and then I'm going to leave.
Yeah. Like, I want to say he says it's urgent, and the judge is like,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
I mean,
well.
that's not the order that I had this planned in, but like, okay.
Yeah, but sure.
What he says is, it's really messed up.
Oh, I know.
It's really, like,
It's hard.
it's really rough. It says, I knew that this moment was as happy as I would ever get.
Yeah.
Like, the moment before shit happened.
Yep.
And he'll never be that happy again, ever. Like,
I hate you for
and
it.
I hate you. I mean, it's very real.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, you earned it, buddy.
Yeah. It's like a sign of, like, severe depression.
Yeah, this is a kid who needs help, but, like, they can't afford it, so, you know, that's that.
Right.
Just don't do it anymore.
I mean, every school has a guidance counselor.
Yeah, that's a great resource to plumb. Knock
I'm not
yourself
saying
out
it's
with
perfect,
those.
but it's free.
They're not therapists. They pick your schedule for you.
Like, so, you want to go to college or what?
I mean,
I wouldn't recommend it.
honestly,
not for you.
This goes beyond my skills as a middle school guidance counselor. You know. which
Have you
is to
thought
say,
about
none.
taking algebra?
I think that you have the aptitude for
I
it.
think you
see
could do it.
Normally the path goes geometry, algebra, so... Actually, it goes algebra, geometry, algebra 2.
Yeah.
So...
What do you think?
What do you think, kiddo? I know you like to do things out of order. So anyway, Bruce comes up with a new idea, and he's like, yo, we're going to give it back to the people. The idea is like all these bridges are being built by the governments. What if instead we could make it, and it's like a bat, you see? And actually, it could be anything the people need it to be. And you can like drop it. Like you drop it in the communities that need them, and then the people can build it themselves. What do you say to that? And he's like, that's the one that's going to win and get me killed. And so they do. And that's that. And it's like,
That's the one's going to win. You're just going to drop bridges on people.
It's going to drop bridges into towns or fucking villages throughout the world. And they can be defensible, they can be adaptable, they could be defense, they could be, allowing to have great commerce go across it, whatever it needs to be. And it's...
You could run guns across them if you want to.
Well, maybe not. I'll take those down with my little RC car. And then...
It even has secret buzz saws.
For those hard-to-reach places. Is it too much? And he's like, maybe too much is a good idea. We could use a little too much. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you could use a little too much.
Maybe ramp it up a little bit. Maybe it could be Batman AF. And so then he,
Well, that is BAF. Bridge
as fuck. Bridge advance forward, as they say.
They're always saying that.
They're always saying that. So yeah, and then of course when Bruce Wayne discovers like the perfect adaptability of the bat and the bridge, then because like at no point does he try any other animal or any other
it's like it's got to be the bat.
It's a bat. It's a Batman. Here's a version. Here's a version. Here's a version. Okay, I've got it. Here's the bridges. It's a bat. It's a bat. It's a bat. Here's a version. Here's a version. Okay, then I get the metaphor. And I actually like it. It's not nearly as ham-fisted, although also I appreciate that it's like a book unto itself. You could literally cut it out, and you're like, Then we show Bruce when he goes like as a adult, more or less, as a young man. He goes to Joe Chill's cell, and he faces him, and Chill's like, "Ugh," and he just says, "So you had something you wanted to say?" Like Bruce is ready to hear what he has to say.
Right.
I don't know why he keeps going back.
Well, this is the first time, I assume.
I assume it's the first time, but
'cause
also
maybe-
it could be the last time that we saw, because Alfred's like, you keep going there, or at the very least you've gone.
Yeah.
It could be the first or only time that he's been there. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know like what you're saying when you're there.
Right, exactly.
Because I can't have audio inside.
Right, but
but
now
like,
we know.
It's got to be compelling.
Exactly.
So you haven't seen what he says
No, we
yet.
haven't. That's not been a thing.
Because I wonder if he says something that causes Bruce to keep coming back.
That could be. Yeah.
Interesting.
That'd be very interesting. I like that.
Maybe he says something where Bruce is like, I don't forgive you, but I'm going to come back and we're going to keep talking and we're going to see what happens.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I was the judge in the contest where you won the science fair, and it was just such a bad idea. A bridge you drop places?
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Why the bat? You kept going back to the bat thing, and it's like, bridges can be other things. They don't, not all bridges, in fact, no bridges are based off of animal physiology.
But like, I was outvoted by 2 other judges.
So really...
And I could not believe it. I was like, are you friggin' kidding me with this bat bridge?
So we see, like, Dr. Leslie Tompkins gives Bruce all of his rabies shots for all those bats that he was bitten by, She's like, okay.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, Leslie Tompkins. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Says that should be the end of you and bats.
I don't think so. The image of Bruce
That's what you
standing
think,
over
lady.
his father's casket with like everyone who matters to him in his life, like being there with him. I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. I love the visual of Bruce with family and friends. It's just it's such a new and rare thing, unless you look at Batman from now. But like Batman has calcified into who he is. So even though he has like 19 Robins and 26 Batgirls, it's like,
right.
He's still
I'm
alone.
so lonely.
But I'm still all alone.
It's like, if it was Bruce with friends the entire time, it's like, oh no, all my friends turned into horrible monsters I have to punch in the face every other Thursday. It's like, you're still more well-adjusted, I guess.
Or something.
They're
Or at
still
least
friends,
You still have a mom,
Right?
at least.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least your mom's still alive. For now.
For now.
So, Batman goes to meet with Sionis, and like he sees all the party animals have like positioned themselves across the city, and he's like revving his engine as if to goad them, like, break the deal, fight me. And they're like, no, let him through. So Bruce, Batman drives the bike through the area. The organization that runs Alfred is like, take Batman down now.
I'm taking my bike back first.
Yeah, I need
Found it again.
Yeah, I got it. I know what that is. Martha goes to visit Jim. He sees that Harvey Bullock has betrayed him, or at least, gone with Hill, and he's like, that one stings. I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm sorry I lost. She's like, we haven't lost the campaign yet. We can do this. And he's like, no, I'm sorry that I couldn't stop them from turning the lights off. Like, the memorial won't be happening, and that one must sting. And I'm really sorry.
And she says, remember how we met?
Yeah, Gordon arrested her for being like a hippie chick. She was protesting the cops, and like he like broke her sign, like took her back to the precinct, and then like paid for a new sign and let her go. I'm guessing that he was just like, he just kept looking in that rear view and like. So she really lays into him. She like screams she screams at him and like curses at him and like gives him everything. She's like, this chick's kind of hot. I feel like in 20 years she's still going to be exactly as hot as she is.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, I will look old but distinguished and jacked. He's Jim AF. While Batman goes to meet with Sionis, Alfred is surveilling.
Right.
And Batman's just standing on the rooftop. A helicopter comes in, lets Sionis out, and he's like, so, I heard that the money has transferred. What'd you buy? Like, what's the first thing you bought? I have to know. Was it like a tank or a car or a base? Like, what was it? He's like, I spent all of it. And he's like, oh, man, $200 million in one. What'd you spend it on? He goes, this. And he sets all the money on fire in the shape of his logo, which casts a light in the sky that is the bat signal.
What? What? How does he make that light, like, project?
That's just how bright it is.
Okay,
What's it
so
reflect off of?
Maybe it's a light, like a giant light on the bottom of the money.
Right.
And it shines up, which causes the
money to
shadow,
burn.
And then the
then
brightness of the light causes it to catch flame.
It's funny because you see the money like burn and like the bat starts to like come apart in the spotlight. So yeah, maybe.
That's
He's
amazing.
and that's the line that's like he's talking to you. Sinus sees it and he goes, "That is one ugly bat." I'm like, he goes, "See, Roman, I don't need computers or Batmobiles or Superman being my friend or whatever. I just need Batman." And then just whips into all the party animals with his freaking ridiculous outfit.
Meanwhile, Alfred also like grabs his binoculars and looks over at the money and be like, Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ!
That huge dude that Batman chopped the hand off
Yeah.
of, he's like, it's payback time! Like, jumps on Batman. Batman activates the spikes on his back. He's like, ah!
Oh my god.
And he's like, let me go! I'm stuck! I can't get off
I
him!
like that he still had the cleaver just in his other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my move! I cleave!
Oh my god. Now, how did Batman know that those spikes wouldn't kill him?
I have to roll the dice.
I
on
knew
this
exactly how his body
the
was
thing.
positioned, and I know precisely down
moved
to
the
the
spikes.
millimeter every spike that
I
had.
didn't kill him.
Yeah.
He jumped on me.
One. Yeah, look.
Right.
That's his choice.
He was just on your back, and you,
You didn't have to
turned the
activate the
spikes.
spikes. Yeah, that's fine.
No. It's a defense mechanism. I didn't turn him on.
Yeah, he
It's
activated the
automatic thing.
spikes.
If someone jumps on my back, boom.
Right. Well, I feel like that's a
Oh
design
man,
flaw.
you activated my spikes, man. Oh jeez.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh no, look at you.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that looks like it hurts.
So,
That was gonna hurt in the morning.
oof. So Sionis is just like, yeah, see, that's funny. The problem is you care about people and them dying. And then he signals to the snipers and they just start taking out party animals.
Oh shit.
And Batman's like, everybody get down! What are you doing? And then they release the nets and they catch Batman. And we see that like the only people that Sionis really has in the inner circle are the kid, the woman, and him. You know, the Twi'leks, as I refer to them in this book.
Right.
Yep.
Interesting.
Why is there another Twi'lek, though?
Well, there's also a dude that's a Twi'lek.
Oh, that's his like right-hand man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think only the Twi'lek is the dude and the kid.
Yeah.
I think the woman. Well, I don't know what she is. Her hair looks weird, but
Yeah. I think it's just more feminine.
yeah. It's weird.
Anyway.
It's deeply weird.
Yeah, it's deeply weird and confusing. So Batman grabs Sionis, and Sionis is like, get away, man. And then he
Does like a move, and it's like, no.
No. Sionis, like, right-hand man, who also has, like, Twi'lek tentacles, comes out, grabs Batman's, like, handle,
Aw.
pops it into his thing. He goes, cool.
This is mine now.
Right? And then just starts smacking Batman with it. He's not chopping him in half or anything.
Right,
But he hits
hitting him.
Batman, and he knocks Batman off the roof. And Batman falls as he sees the Bat logo disintegrate into the night. His cape automatically creates a parachute. I guess it's like a defensive mechanism or whatever. Bats are adaptable. And so he falls and is cushioned by a car.
I mean, it's a really weak parachute if you're looking at all the surface area.
Oh,
of it.
Yeah. He hits with pretty high speed still. Yeah.
No, it's bad. He's attacked by a helicopter gunner. The cops descend on the area. Gordon's daughter arrives first on the scene and hits Batman with the car by accident. And he tries to get into the sewer, and she catches him. She's like, freeze! And she holds her gun on him. And she says, stop, damn it, or I will shoot you. His mask is gone.
Kind of like Gordon.
Yeah. And he's covered his face with his arms because they're so effing huge. And she's like, stop, or I will shoot you. And he's like, go ahead. And then he drops. And the radio asks if they've seen any sign of Batman, and she says no. And, oh, okay.
Does she like also kick his mask down the hole?
We don't see. So then Sionis decides to address Gotham because like Batman also recorded the entire conversation that Sionis had.
Oh.
Where he's like, I'm Roman Sionis. This is what we're doing.
Right.
And so he's like, hey, it's me. I'm Roman Sionis. Yeah. Listen, I used to be a pig farmer, and here's a long, boring story about me. No, it's actually kind of messed up and weird. He's like, I used to kill pigs. I used to do that thing where you like Anton Sugar does, where you like have the little like brain, the pneumatic brain popper
nail thing.
He's like, the thing is, the pigs that fought against it, that like freaked out, they, it was bad. It was hard for them. But the ones that accepted what happened, they experienced at the moment of the impact all of their pleasure, because it activates this area of the brain that floods the entire brain with this chemical that experiences all pleasure of every sense in your body. So you feel this euphoric high right before you die.
It's like the greatest orgasm of your life.
He's so close to saying it. It's like, these pigs just come all over the place. And
I can tell because they actually do as they're dying.
They really do.
It's really gross.
It's gross, and I do it 100 times a day.
He says they have a spasm, and they let out a moan and shiver.
Yes.
And I'd say even a smile.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's a pig. It's not smiling.
It's not smiling.
But he's also making it up.
Yeah.
So he tells everybody, this is the state of the world. You keep fighting against where it's headed.
And it's so hard for you.
And it's so hard, and it's only gonna hurt. But if you give in and you accept that the world sucks and it's going to shit, and you just let it happen, you could experience some euphoric highs. And as he's saying this, more party animals are just flooding the city with these huge boxes. And they're just going street corner to street corner, just dropping boxes across the entire city. And while that's happening, Batman goes to a safe house, and he's just trying to patch himself up. Pennyworth's there, and he's like, shut up, Pennyworth. I'll patch me up, get my arm back in the socket. And he's like, F you, man.
Do you know how badly you screwed up?
You screwed up everything, and you this was a terrible idea. Bye. And he just leaves. Leaves Bruce just to bleed. Meanwhile, what's in the boxes? They're all party animal helmets, and they all have those things. So it's you can get paid. You could get all these things.
You could be a party animal.
You could be a party animal. Jim and Martha find a box. They pop it over. They see these masks, and then they see that there are already people finding masks, and they're already armed to the teeth, and they're just going through Gotham. I'm oh shit, this is another great Gotham descends into chaos story from Scott Snyder, but also in a completely unique way and doesn't involve the Joker directly.
It's kind of like The Purge.
It is kind of like The Purge.
Very much.
Yeah, but you know what? Batman meets Purge.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
It's The Purge. It's the Strangers.
Yeah.
It's
everything you've seen.
Display thing.
Yeah. So Croc is defending his gym with a big baseball bat, and then someone crashes through the window, and he's like, "Oh, you picked the wrong place, man. I've been waiting to take out some aggression." And
Thank you.
Right. And
That's
Bruce
exactly
is
what I'm
"Hey,
looking
it's
for."
me." And he's like, "Bruce, what the hell are you doing? What is this?" He's like, "I'm Batman,
Huh.
and I need your help."
I need help.
We see this beautiful shot of the photo of the friends, and Bruce has a dream where all his friends are sleeping over, and they're all distinctly a jackass in some cute way, and then Joe Chill enters the room, and Martha throws herself in the way, and she is shot. And then Bruce wakes up, and he finds Martha rearranging photos, and she talks about how she's putting them in chronological order, and she finds this photo, and it's the photo of the kids all being friends and having a good time. And she's like, I love this photo. This photo means the most to me. And he's like, I should tell you that like Dad took that photo like a few minutes before he was shot. Like that's from the zoo. And she's like, I know. Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, I love this photo. In spite of the fact that like it was on that day, like I love that you could feel that joy, and that I know that like your dad took that picture. Like so, Martha pops a skull on, and she sees the thing.
She goes to town. She's like screw this,
Jim. No, she sees like, oh my God. She puts it all together.
Yeah.
And then she looks at Jim, and it's like, Mayor Gordon, $1 million. And she's like, oh no. And then like he pops it on. It's just like, Martha Wayne, $1 million. He's like, oh no. We see Julia's on the subway. She's the deputy of the mayor.
Oh.
So we see Julia's on the subway, and her special person in her life is on the other end, and they're like, how close are you? She's like, a few stops. No, is it 3? Is it 4? What is it? She's like, I don't know, 6. She's like, that's too much. She's like, you need to hurry. Like, this whole place is gonna blow. Like, this is the worst place in the world. And she sees that on her phone, like, the emergency signal. And when she gets out, the whole damn subway is full of party animals. Or people wearing masks.
The mask, yeah.
And she's like, holy shit, I gotta get inside right now. And then a silhouette grabs her. It's not Batman. And you're like, oh shit, Julia died. That is gonna make Pennyworth pissed.
No.
So Oswald flies in the middle of the Atlantic carrying Batman, being like, I can't believe you're effing Batman, man. You should have told us. We could have helped you. What a freaking... He's like, well, it's out of the bag now. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, this is great.
Yeah, like everyone knows. Like he goes, Harvey wants to throw you in jail. I'm pissed because you took down some of my operations. Nigma says he figured it out a week ago.
They catch you up on all this stuff that happens in just this one page.
Yeah, just this one page.
You don't get
Oswald
to see them doing all this, but like,
yeah,
we figured out the whole thing. You gotta go to the boat. And
yeah.
Eddie figured this out, and you did. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then Batman descends on the boat, and it's just the Dark Knight Returns panel, like where it's like the lightning recreating the first cover. And I'm like, okay, no. Don't do that. I was like, don't do that. That's not, because the Dark Knight Returns image, that lightning, that blue gradient, that lightning bolt, it means this. Not this.
Right.
Doesn't mean that.
Right. This is just a random
It takes
moment.
I think it takes away from this moment. Like there's a moment in the very beginning.
But it's in a different pose.
Yeah, and he's a different person in a different universe. Like it's not the same meaning. It doesn't. And I understand the impulse, but like you have to pull back. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean you did do that. And I understand why you did it, but also it doesn't hit the way I think it hits for Scott. And it's like because Scott's like this is young Scott. Well, this is new young Scott who's like he's like I love Dark Knight Returns and I want to get this in there because it informs everything I know about Batman and I want this. I mean, I have never heard anybody deconstruct and explain Dark Knight Returns better than Scott Snyder. Where he explains like the first page when Bruce is doing the race and he catches on fire. That whole page explains the entirety of Dark Knight Returns. It's like it acts structures. This is what the book will be. It's just. And ask for more. Go to one of his like online classes, check it out. Because Scott like will just if you get him going, he will talk about it. But so I understand how much it means to him. But I'm like, there's an image earlier where Batman like descends. It's the first time you see absolute Batman like dropping on these guys, and it's an orange background, and it's so new. It means everything to this character. It's so uniquely distinct to this character. And while you may draw parallels because he's big, like. Dark Knight Returns Batman is. That's the only comparison is that they're both big. Not that like he's adopting the same pose or something.
Yeah.
It's just
it's not as in your face.
It's not as in your face.
Subtle.
This is you just took something from over there and you put it in here because you think it'd be cool. And I understand, but like don't do that.
I feel like I've been seeing that a lot lately. Yeah. Like several of the like newer books we've covered, I feel like I've had like moments like that.
Yeah. Well, they're all. I mean, like, they're all contemporaries and they were all influenced by the same material.
Yeah.
And, I get it. They're not contemporaries of Miller. Whereas,
there was also the tank.
Yeah, the tank.
Like he pulls the tank over.
Right. Like I get the tank, and the tank, like okay, but also you made it yours. You owned it. This is just absolute Batman on the cover of Dark Knight Returns. Anyway,
Yeah.
so but again, it's a minor quibble, but it's something where I'm mentioning on the show, so people are gonna be like, "Why'd you harp on the Dark Knight Returns thing so much?" It's like, because this book is already justified its existence.
Right, it doesn't
You've
need-
succeeded. You've done it. You are Batman AF. Congratulations. Now, pioneer, make something new.
Yeah.
And then I read the last 2 issues of Absolute Batman 11 and 12, and I'm like, okay, well maybe not that new.
Uh-oh.
Like it's gone from like my favorite book on the stands to, I don't think this is on the rails anymore.
Uh-oh.
But like it never was.
Never was on the
meant
rails,
to be.
but it's just gone
Right.
maybe a little too far off the rails.
Yeah, like, I feel like Pennyworth, where I'm like, stop!
You need to stop.
You gotta slow down, man. And it's like, no way, man. Full throttle.
Batman AF.
Batman AF. Scott Snyder AF. And I'm like, I get it. Good for you. And I love the enthusiasm.
Right. That's okay.
Right?
You know what?
That's a thing to say.
I appreciate the emotions behind this.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Loving the energy here.
I love how much you love what you're
doing.
writing.
So Batman descends on the boat. You know, the second lieutenant is like, let's drop a beat, and then Batman drops on him.
Just lands on top of him.
Drop a beat.
Let's drop a beat. I'm gonna drop a beat your ass.
What? Just lands on him, and then he just pops open the life jackets box and just okay. He like takes people down with it, and he's like, oh wait, just throws them overboard. Everybody throws overboard. He just throws him a life jacket. He gets the kid. The kid's trying to stab him. He picks him up by his Twi'lek
Like
tendrils or whatever, and he's just like, well, I'm a kid. You can't do this. And he just drop kicks him, just punt into the ocean.
Yeah, but he wraps the life jacket around them first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh yeah. He's like,
there you
no,
go,
I'm not
kid."
gonna.
Boink.
You're not gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, if I actually punted a child, they would be severely injured.
Especially with my leg, I'm 420 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, Batman punts a child into the ocean.
Oh, that's the cover of the episode.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'll put. Batman punts a child into the ocean.
The fucking woman like sees him and is just like, oh, and just jumps over the edge.
And he just tosses her a life preserver. He's like, here you go.
You don't have to share. It's okay.
Yep.
She's like, oh yeah, no.
Oh, it's over.
Oh,
Party's over.
the party's. Oh, does he say that?
No, Mace Windu does not arrive and go, the party's over.
But these are the party animals. It would actually be
know.
appropriate here.
I don't remember if he ever actually says the party's over, but like,
see.
it is over.
It is over though.
Well, on this boat anyway. So Martha and Jim are like on the box. There's people descending on, like, give me a mask. I want to kill people or set fires and shit. She's like, no, we're not doing that, okay? And they're like, shut up. You're just a stupid mayor, man. You ruined everything. This place sucks, and it's all because of you. I want to get mine. What about me, though? Which is like the statement of the century. What about me, though?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it make sense for Martha and Jim to put on masks so people can identify them?
Yes. So anyway, they don't. Because, you know,
They're trying to appeal to these people's
they're like,
humanity.
look, we're people. Look.
If they put on the mask, they'd be like, you're just like one of us.
By the way,
You're wearing the mask.
It's also not a bad metaphor for like online anonymity.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
oh, I put on a mask and I'm directly connected to the internet and I can make money by being a piece of shit. You mean like on Twitter?
Yep.
How I can just tweet like the worst, most heinous shit and I'll actually be able to monetize it? Cool.
This one guy says, maybe that's all that's left these days. A game most of us never get to play unless we get lucky. And you should have been quicker.
Yeah.
That is such a modern sentiment.
It's a 21st century mindset.
Yeah.
This is who we are now. Martha's like, no. And, you know, they're like, all right. And I love it because like they see, you know, holy shit, they're worth $1 million each. Sorry. Literally one of them is like, I'm sorry. Like I
I'm
feel
just
bad,
saying-
but like I need $1 million.
I'd have to kill 100 people to make that.
Or
Or
you.
just you.
And I don't really know you. And we cut to a plane on the tarmac, and Julia's on it, and Alfred kidnapped her.
Ah.
And he's like, and she goes, I'm not leaving. I have a life here. And he's like, and it'll still be here in like a week or two. But we're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the dust clears, we can come back and you can do whatever you were going to do here. And she's like, if this plane takes off, I don't have a father. And he's
No.
like, and the,
You already said you didn't want to talk to me. So.
right, I already pretty
I already
much
don't.
know.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, and the pilot's like,
you
are we
can't
taking off?
cut me off any more than completely cut off.
Right. Like, you kidnapped me.
That's not a threat.
Like, my hands are zip tied together.
Yeah, well,
Like,
You know.
we're not related anymore.
I had nothing left from you anyway.
Exactly.
So I had nothing to lose, really.
but-
It's really your fault.
Except for your life, which I'm preserving by sending you to like Aruba for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And the pilot's like wheels up, and he's like, yeah.
Yep.
So then Sionis attacks Batman, and he's just like, ho ho! And I love it. He's like, you think you've actually done something here today? I mean, and then Batman just puts him through a wall. And they end up in the gym, and Batman picks up weights, and he's like, tell me more about how irrelevant I am. I love hearing it!
That's awesome. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's losing it.
Yeah, he's just
like,
freaking
please, Roman, go
Please,
on.
Go on, tell me more about how irrelevant I am. I love it. And he's surrounded by the dead faces, and they're looking at him, and he pulls out like a little like tension rope, but I think
It's too long to be a garrote, though.
Yeah, it is.
No, I
too
think it's a
long.
thing you use to like do tension
Oh,
exercises.
it's like, yes, it's
Yeah.
an exercise thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because they're in the gym. He's hitting it with weights
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff.
it's a tension
Yeah, but
exercise.
usually
Yeah.
it's stretchy if that's the case.
I know, yeah.
They're like
well-
wrapping around his neck, be like,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
well, he's
free,
old
right?
school.
But it's cutting into his throat. I'm like, what? So
No, this
whatever.
is one from like 1908.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't
where
have
it's
the
just-
stretchy.
yeah, it's
Just-
actually made
you
of
just,
metal.
You just pull it as hard as you can. It
if you
doesn't
break it, you
resist or
win.
stretch or anything.
So as he's remembering his mom explaining the meaning behind the photo, he's just being choked out, and but he's like Batman is above Sionis. He's got him, but he's being choked out. And Sionis is of course obviously strong. We saw him like practically kill Bibbo Babowski.
Right.
And he's like, I lied about it. I loved killing them, like these pigs when they fought against it. Like the scream
was the
they
best.
made, that was
Yeah.
the best. And then Batman activates.
I mean, yeah, you loved it.
right?
Yeah.
But, like they still. But is that
But
orgasm thing
but
still
I
a
said
thing?
I said I loved it when they did the orgasm
I liked it better
thing,
with the
but I
orgasm
actually-
thing, but I actually liked it better when they
they-
struggled like you are. And then Batman activates his ears where they change direction, and then he just headbutts him into the eyes.
Oh shit! Oh damn!
That's amazing.
So then he just
He's like a devil.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then he just drags Sionis, by the life preserver. He's like, oh my god, you have no idea where you started. He's like, hup.
Into the water with you.
Yes. So then Batman takes the explosives he brought with him, goes into the server room,
Yeah.
and just throws him out, brings him down. And you can see like the couple of people who have got Gordon and Martha at their mercy, they're like, hey, yeah, but sorry. Here we go. Gonna kill you now. And then the servers go down and the money is like gone. And they're like, killing Martha Wayne, $0. System failure.
Yeah.
$0.
It doesn't know who she is
Right,
because
it's
the
like,
AI is
no.
down and yeah.
Yep. And they take off the mask and like, does this mean I'm not getting paid?
You're under arrest.
And Martha just clocks him.
Nice.
Does this mean there's no more money? What a real thing.
Yep.
What a real moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does this mean there's no money?
Wait.
Where?
I was only doing this for money, though.
Yeah. So wait.
Wait,
Well, I'm not a
am I-
monster. I'm not gonna kill you for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm
that
not
was
gonna get
stupid.
paid. I'm not gonna be a piece of shit.
Okay. I guess. But wait. Unless you have money? Can I rob you?
That's also real.
Right. So Batman blows up the ship and he is launched into the ocean and he just starts sinking until he is recovered by a submersible by Alfred, who did not take off.
Oh, interesting.
And he just drags Batman. He's like, nope, you're not dying on this one, kid. If I'm sticking around, so are you. Let's patch you up. And you're like, oh.
Unlike I didn't patch you up before and told you to go screw yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I guess.
Well, I guess you were right because you
Right.
did win
you
and
did
you
win,
stopped
and,
the whole thing.
and my daughter's kind of an idealist. Like, she
Yeah.
wouldn't abandon Gotham either, unless it was under severe duress. So then we get an epilogue, and we see Joker, another version of him.
yeah.
And he gets addressed by one of his agents, and he's just like, so we're getting reports that there's a snag at Gotham. And he's like, I'm aware. So get Bane. What is happening with Joker? Joker looks like he is covered in a fetus suit. I don't know what is happening, but he also looks like pale. And
Yeah.
he looks more like Joker.
Yeah.
And like these things are fueling him. Like you could see he's like bone white, and then
He's like covered in
like
Red veins.
in like babies.
in like babies. But he gets like the pigmentation back into his flesh, like when he reaches
yeah.
for.
He like he like drinks them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's stem cell therapy.
Probably something like that, or the most gross, horrible version of that you can ever imagine in a sci-fi dystopian future. What? We still haven't gotten any explanation for this. This is the only time I've ever seen Fetus Joker, and I'm like, what are you doing? It was like, what if Joker was a bazillionaire and he was pretty? And I'm like, that's fair. That's an interesting interpretation.
Okay,
And he had a fetus suit. What?
He's only pretty because
he sucks the life. He's like a vampire.
That's his leg. Those are bones.
Ooh.
Oh, he's like a...
Yeah, he's like a
skeleton.
skeleton. And he like absorbs these bodies to reconstitute his
Flesh?
musculature and flesh, I guess.
Oh.
What? So that's Joker. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
I don't know if this absolute universe thing is...
I mean, Darkseid invented it. It's gonna be gross and weird. I don't think he picked out this. I mean, he's just like, look, I had the tools. You came up with the Joker, you know? But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Okay.
That's a cool book. So was that the first
six
six
issues?
Okay.
Yeah, and then the next two are a unrelated Mr. Freeze story.
Oh, kind of like how Wonder Woman had like 7 and 8, where it was just like, now we got the Lady and the Tiger.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're going to do something different.
But yeah, so, and different artist on that one. That was also beautiful. Next up is Bane.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I like that the Joker gets Bane.
I am very curious about this Bane.
Oh my God, you have no idea. I mean, you have every idea because it's like, whoa, what's absolute Bane gonna be like? Like Bane is huge, but Batman is as big as regular Bane. Like, is Bane like tiny? Is he like an alien from Men in Black, or he's like puppeting a person? Like, what's going on? And it's like, no, he's just bigger than Batman. And I'm like, oh,
okay,
just bigger.
He's just even bigger.
He's just even bigger though. And I'm like, oh, well, that's. I mean, I guess if I was gonna launch the next Bane, what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, what else are you going to do?
But also, you don't. Well, how about just not do Bane?
Yeah, we don't have to do Bane.
Right?
There's plenty of things you could do.
Yeah, like Croc or Penguin.
Poison Ivy.
Or Poison Ivy.
No, but they're his friends.
It's in the comments down below. Pick up a copy of The Zoo. It's great. It's Batman AF. You're gonna love it, I think.
It is that.
It is
Batman.
What do you think? How do you like it? What do you? Is this now your definitive Batman?
No.
It's a fun, cool alternate universe
Derivation,
Batman.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting new Batman, and I'm looking forward to seeing when all of them cross over.
Right. Yeah, because they're so radically different from each other and their counterparts.
I also can't wait until we do
Absolute Superman.
Absolute Superman.
I know.
It's nuts.
It is nuts.
Yeah,
At every point that Absolute Superman goes, I'm like, oh, I love the direction it's going in. And then it goes, nope. And I'm like, oh. Well, I wouldn't have done that. I love, it's interesting because Alfred's observations throughout this volume where he's like, ooh, it's going to be bad. Ooh, this thing's coming and you ain't prepared for it. And then Batman's like, here's something different. And he's like, oh, I learned a lesson. He does this until at least issue 12. Where he's like, oh, but you aren't prepared for this though, and it's gonna be bad. You thought the other thing was hard, but this one's even worse. And then it changes and it's different. He's like, oh my God, it's different from what I expected. And I'm like, yeah, what? Are you gonna, like, we got it. When
I'm
Alfred
old. It's tough for me to learn new things.
I know, but like when you were patching them up, that's when you change. That's
Right.
when you drink the Kool-Aid and learn and go Batman AF. But instead he's like, oh, but this time, and I'm like, I can't, that's enough.
I will say there is something kind of real about that.
Yes,
where
where he's
people like feel like they have an epiphany
Yep,
and they're
and
like,
then
well,
they just-
I'm a changed person.
I've
I get it
regressed
now.
because I'm
And then it's
old.
like, no,
Nope. People don't change.
people don't change. They do, but like
It takes a
not
lot of
right
tries.
away. It's
That's-
not like you have one moment and it actually changes you. It's kind of like
yeah, this is your life isn't 90 minutes. It needs time.
Yeah.
It's like I love actually one of the things I actually really applaud Kevin Smith for in his writing is that his protagonists need to learn their lesson at least 3 times in their movie before they actually change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, no one else does that.
yeah, that takes a lot of work.
An epiphany or a teachable moment is thrown in their faces. And the first time, it bounces right off of them. The second time, they think they've learned it. And then the third time, they do. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, Kev. But
This Alfred's taking
needs-
a little more than 3.
He needs a few more times around the block. Now he is a grizzled, cynical
Right.
murderer, so
Yeah. Might take a few more.
take a few more tries,
repetitions.
a couple more volumes.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll learn the lesson. I don't know. But
Do you get more from Batman's perspective?
nope. You get a lot of you get more speech bubbles, but no internal monologue. You don't see his observations. You only see him when when it's happening to
I
him.
wonder if that's because Scott doesn't know them, or if it's because he's trying to keep it.
I think he wants to keep
later.
Batman for himself. I think it's like one of those. I would.
No, I know what he's thinking.
There's no way that Scott doesn't know what this Batman's thinking.
Yeah.
But it does make him harder to relate to. I can relate to the trauma and the experiences that happened to him, but I don't relate to him as a character because I don't know who he is. I know where he comes from and what he's been through, but I don't know who.
But this makes him more of a blank slate. You could apply whatever you want to him.
That's true, but that's not how stories work.
I mean, kind of.
It's not a choose your own adventure story. It's a friggin'
well, that's how some
character
stories
study.
work, but usually not the protagonist.
I would rather not. I'd rather know exactly what they're thinking and why they're doing the things they're doing, because otherwise, why am I going on this adventure? Like, you're going this is Batman. It's like, yeah, but just because he's dressed like Batman doesn't mean that he's Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, he is Batman, but I don't care that he's Batman.
Yeah. I have to say, I haven't seen that he has the core of who Batman is in him. He might.
Yes.
I don't have enough information.
Sure. Yeah.
It's only one adventure.
I don't either. I still have yet to get it. He's done the things, he's had the experiences, but I have not gotten why Bruce is Batman yet.
Yeah.
Like, I get the why he's Batman because my dad was killed in a tragic incident, but
Right.
I don't get why he chose this.
Right. And what is his mission? Is his mission to fight
Save
crime?
Gotham, fight crime, avenge his dad? Like, I don't really get it. And we see, we're still getting his past. Like, we're still getting the relationship with Selena, and that seems really important. And so it's like, maybe that is integral to it.
Yeah. Well,
Selena
something
is
happened,
finally
but-
revealed as Catwoman now, as of the taping of this episode. But Selena's throughout the book as this looming thing.
Right.
Everyone's kind of intimidated by Selena, and
Right.
while she is a member of the crew, she's also so solely separate from it. And there's moments where you'll see them picking out an apartment together. So Batman's planning to make a life with her before Batman.
Right. Yeah, they had a whole relationship.
Yeah, like a whole full fleshed out mutual mature relationship.
I mean, that's kind of interesting if
Yeah.
they do, and then that falls apart, and then he's like, well, I guess I'll be Batman then.
Which is just Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Batman AF. Pick it up. We'll see you guys next week with another episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Keep reading. ComicPop AF. Of course, there's no comparison, so, Absolute Comic Pop.
What would ComicPop
What would,
AF be?
what would absolute Comic Pop look like, right?
ComicPop AP. Always posting.
Yeah, that's right. It's like always forward or advance forward. We definitely, we do.
We do advance forward.
We do advance forward. We've always been advancing forward. As a button to this episode, Benny never got a chance to read this. And he should have.
Yeah.
Well, that got me emotional. Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Oh no. I became a human being for a second.
But you're an internet
Yeah.
personality. You can't be human.
No. Oh no.
Oh my God, he's a dirty robot!
That's why I've been protesting so much. I didn't want anyone to know.
Terrible secret.
Did he think it was an awesome idea?
Not only did he love Scott's pitch, he would have loved it.
Yeah.
This is
right up his alley.
This is Benny AF. This would have been his Batman. He would have been like, Batman now is absolute Batman for me. And it's just, when Scott was pitching it, they didn't even have an artist. So it's not like he could have ever gotten a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this came out a few months after he passed, and it's just just missed it. He missed a lot. He's gonna keep missing a lot, but it's a real kick in the nuts because out of all of them, he would have been happy to cover Absolute Superman and Wonder Woman.
I mean, it looks great.
It looks pretty
Whoa,
awesome.
she fights a Cthulhu and shit. I love that. It's okay, all right,
That's true. That does happen.
He would have appreciated Wonder Woman. He would have thought she was awesome and dope, but he would have been like, but Batman though.
Batman though.
He might have gotten. I think he would have gotten a tattoo of this logo.
Yeah.
I think it would have been like, that's me. Put it here.
Maybe not as big though, but like put it there.
Well, yeah, probably not. Natalie been like,
Maybe
perhaps like a little scaled down, maybe on your leg, for example. But yeah, no, he would have loved this, and I hate that. At least he got to hear what the idea was, and kind of got to influence it. He was like, ooh, and then.
I can imagine him and Scott.
Oh my God, the two of them. Yeah, when
Back
they
and
got.
forth.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and then this, and then what about that? Yeah, no, big time. Just me being like,
Yeah, maybe here for
well, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Sounds like you guys have got this covered. So all right.
Really looking forward to that.
I really look forward to reading that. That'll be fun. And it was. But
was.
Yeah. Anyway.